All right, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, Dave Matthews and okay.
That's from Community.
I know it's from Community, but the actual band.
Oh, was it? I never knew that. I thought they were. I thought that was like
Daybreak. Daybreak. It was Daybreak.
Okay.
It was Daybreak. That's what it was. I know the song. I only know it from Community. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies Nerds. You bully me host Leroy, aka in the 90s kind of world. I'm glad I got my girls with my co-host.
Okie doke. Oh, hey, I'm on cam. Let me get into character.
Oh no.
Yeah,
no
this is Eli. Yes,
sorry.
yes. Do not see me. Pay no attention to the guy behind the curtain. Yeah. Yeah, this is Eli, aka Pumpkin Seed.
There you go. All right, and we're back with another episode. We're just gonna jump into it, and you see the thumbnail. You know we're gonna talk about it, but before we talk about it, we got to jump into. All right, we got to do our due diligence. We got to do this because a lot of stuff happened this week before I even got a chance to see this movie. So first, we're gonna do is talk about rest in peace to John Amos.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, Eli, a lot of stuff happens. We're gonna kind of fly through this fast as possible. We're gonna get to it, but we got to talk about John Amos, legendary actor, been in a lot of stuff. Some, and I haven't done the research on it to make sure or not if it's true or not. Some will say that he's the first black father on American TV.
Probably.
I think about that because I don't remember any other show before that.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't alive, but yeah.
Right. Because I'm trying to do the numbers on that because, like I said, Good Times, we've talked about this before. Good Times was a spinoff of Maude. That's where the show came from.
Yeah.
Also,
you told me that.
Yeah. I've never seen Maude before. I just remember seeing some clips and he was on there. All of those shows were Norman Lear shows. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And we talk about that when Norman Lear passed away this year, I think.
It was recently, yeah.
2024 has been a year. Okay. Also, now that this recently happened, this hits a little bit harder because we just talked about it like like 2 episodes ago. Like I said, he was in Coming to America. Also, he was the owner of McDowell's, not McDonald's, McDowell's.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
the Big Mick,
not the Big Mac, the Big Mick. Yeah. So a lot of things happened. So I just want to say rest in peace to
he's in Beastmaster.
Was he in that?
He was in Beastmaster, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So like everybody bitching about the Rings of Power, how there's black folks and like in sword and sorcery shit saying it's woke.
Yeah,
this motherfucker was in a Beastmaster back in the 80s.
And who was Grace Jones was in?
Grace Jones is Conan.
One of the Conans,
yeah. So, Conan, yeah.
So we've seen it before, so
yeah. So these fragile bitches bitching about shit as usual, but yeah.
Oh, also he was in Uptown Saturday Night. He was also in Players Club. Nobody ever talks about Players Club.
And wasn't there a line? You look just like the guy from Good Times or something.
Yeah, he did say it.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Like I said, he's been in a bunch of stuff. And funny thing about it, he was on even though he played Jimmy Walker's father in Good Times, there was only 10-year difference between those two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Eli, I have a theory on Good Times because he was, for those who don't know, he was fired off Good Times because he spoke about that there's too like JJ is too much of a caricature and stereotype. So so they fired him when he did that, and when they fired him, they killed him off the show. I have a theory. James on the show didn't die; he just got the fuck away from that family. He just moved to Mississippi. That's it. Yeah, faked his death.
So he just left.
He just left. He just faked his death and told them he died, but he really just lived his life. Because every time he got if you watch the show, every time he got any chance to make money, Florida always took the money away from him. So he's like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here." So yeah, Eli, you will be proud of me. Because I didn't do the thing.
The thing.
This thing.
Damn!
I apologize. I had to. I couldn't resist. I won't do it again, but that's it. All right. Moving on past, like I said, some other stuff happened. We're just gonna briefly walk down this memorial. I want to briefly talk about, like I said, we're gonna talk about sports in a second. So I want to talk about Dikembe Mutombo, aka Mount Mutombo. Got to talk about him. Great basketball player. Of course, he was from Africa. And in the 90s, Africa, when they saw anybody 7 foot tall, they just put a basketball in their hand, whether they knew how to play or not. They just figure out later on, like you'll figure it out. So yeah, one of the greatest sons of all time. Love Dikembe Mutombo. He used to do those commercials. Not in the house of Mutombo. Love that guy. Yeah. So rest in peace to him. Also, now Eli, you got to put the disclaimer up for the next one we're going to talk about.
Okay, yeah. The views of Leroy does not reflect the views of Eli.
They really don't, Eli, because we're going to get some shit. And I don't want you to get
I don't even know what you're going into, but yeah, I'm just like, here we go, man. I'm buckling up.
Okay, so want to also say rest in peace to Pete Rose. So yeah, a legend in the game. Like I said, before I get into it, is this Jake? Is this Jake?
Jake. Yo,
hey,
Jake.
What it do, Jake? Yeah, we about to get into the shit, Jake. About to get into the shit. Matter of fact, Jake, you might want to give a disclaimer also. What up, ladies?
Yeah, Jake. Yeah, ladies, meet Jake.
Where the white women at?
Yeah, if there's ladies listening.
Oh, Eli, no, you haven't seen the numbers. We have a 12% female engagement rate.
No shit.
Yeah. So hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies.
Now, I know you can't see Eli right now. Right now, he is sitting by a fireplace.
And what's 12% of 5 people?
Hey, still counts. Oh yeah. Anyway, we're about to lose when I start talking about Pete Rose. Anyway, so we're talking about Pete Rose. Those who know Pete, everybody knows who Pete Rose is. Like I said, one of the greatest baseball players of all time, has the records for most hits and most games played, and is not in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. We all know why he's not in the Hall of Fame, because he got caught betting against a team. So because of that, he had a lifetime ban on baseball, and they wouldn't allow him in the Hall of Fame also because of that. He tried to appeal it over and over again in his lifetime. It came close a couple of times, but they were like, no, it ain't happening. You're not getting in there. Here's my thing, Eli. We were so hard on Pete Rose for that mistake he made, but we act like he's the only athlete that ever made that mistake when he's not, because we know that Michael Jordan did the same thing in the NBA.
I did not know that. So you're gonna give me a history lesson? Yeah.
Well, okay, Eli. There's some.
You say I know sports. No, Leroy knows sports.
Now here's the thing, Eli. Before I go down this road, I do want you to know that what I'm about to say is a conspiracy theory, Illuminati, flat Earth type shit. I'm about to say, but
hey, the truth is out there.
The truth is out there. So, I mean, like I said, what I'm about to say is not something people haven't
trust heard. No one.
Like I said, it's out there. So the thing is, now, Eli, I don't know how much you know about sports, but I'm pretty sure you know there was a time when Michael Jordan retired back in the 90s. Retired.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
when he played baseball. Remember
Michael Jordan played baseball?
Oh my God, yes.
Damn, dude. Hey, the 90s was a hell of a time. So
okay, I don't know what you were doing in the 90s. I'm glad you had fun, but yeah. But there was a period when Michael Jordan, when he retired in the 90s, played baseball for like 18 months and went away, and then came back to the NBA afterwards. Now, some people say,
who did he play for? What team was he on?
He played like minor leagues, like
Cubs?
Not Chicago Cubs, but like under the Chicago Cubs.
Okay, the minor. Okay, the minor.
I can't remember their name, whatever like that. It was something like that. He sucked the baseball. That's all.
The aardvarks or something.
Yeah, some shit like that.
The armadillos.
So the conspiracy theory is, Eli, is that Michael Jordan got caught gambling against his team in the playoffs, but they had to cover it up. Against
his baseball team or basketball?
No, against his basketball team.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying he was shaving games. Like Michael Jordan will like one game just play like shit in the NBA playoffs. Like terrible.
So he could win.
So he could win. Like he was shaving points. Okay, I'm gonna just throw this game, play like shit, bet against my team. So the bookies in Atlantic City. And matter of fact, they caught him in Atlantic City the day before he played like shit. Like that all that news came out. And then the next game, he scores like 40, 50 points, win the games and shit like that. So like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? So what they're thinking, and this is around the time like his dad died. So a lot of people now, like I said, conspiracy theories, some people's thinking that his dad got killed over that. Like
damn, dude, you go. Like we're in it now, man.
I know. We got to talk about it.
We're through the looking glass.
We're through the looking glass. Let it go. So what they're saying is that because of all the stuff was going on before the news got a hold of that, he retired. to get away from that. Well, really, it was really like an 18-month suspension or an indefinite suspension or just a suspension to just get the limelight off him. Because the thing is, if he got caught with that scandal, he was going to take the NBA with him. He was the biggest player. He was bigger than the NBA. So they couldn't afford him to get attached to the scandal like Pete Rose did. The Major League Baseball could survive, without Pete Rose. At NBA in the 90s, they couldn't. So let him go away. The heat died down. When we forget about it and we move on, then he can unretire. That's my conspiracy theory. Like I said, I'm the only person to say that. Other people have said that before, but that's your conspiracy theory for the day, Eli. Like you said, you know how crazy I get with this shit. So yeah,
because I want to believe.
Oh man. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks for listening. All right. Let me say, we move on next. I think that's all the people.
Hey, some bitches think Mr. Clean is hot. Just saying.
Hey, yeah. Yeah. Oh, who we got? Let's see. That's why we have 12% engagement, Eli.
There we go.
There you go. Oh, let's see. Is that? Are they from Japan? Okay.
Hey, we're going international. Thanks for listening.
We're international. Konnichiwa. I hope you're from Japan. I'm not. Okay. All right. Can we move to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
Okay. Like I said, we're here. We're going to talk about this movie. We're going to talk about the Joker because it's the biggest thing right now. This thing is so big that any past videos we made that has Joker in the name has gotten hits. 2 years ago, 3 years, that pregnant Joker comic review we did is getting hits.
God damn that. I totally forgot that was a thing until you said.
Yeah, until I said I forgot it was a thing. Until I said like pregnant Joker. What the fuck? Oh, we did do that.
Oh shit! Yeah, that was something, wasn't it?
That was a thing. That was a thing at the time. Yeah. So, like I said, we're gonna talk about the movie Joker, Filet Mignon, Doo.
You're gonna talk about.
I saw.
Yeah, I didn't see Joker. La Femme Nikita, whatever it's called.
Filet mignon, whatever you want to call it. Adele. Okay, so yes, we're talking. Now everybody's heard about the news. Everybody heard about the news. The Rotten Tomatoes score, the box office flop, the fact that it cost $200 million and why it cost like that, and the thing. What am I going to talk about this movie? Okay, I'm gonna just get out the way. I'm just get my thoughts, reviews out the way. So is this movie here's the thing: is the movie as bad as everybody's saying is, or is it just not what they expected? That's the thing. Remember how everybody was saying like Doctor Strange 2 is the worst movie ever made? You're
trying to be objective.
I'm trying to be. I'm going in like I'm just going in. Just this what it is. But
see, we don't manufacture outrage on this show.
Right.
We could just say this is woke trash, liberal trash, or
Eli and people are doing it.
Yeah, this is. Or it's racist and the patriarchy. We could do that, but we don't.
Yeah, because somehow Lady Gaga is part of the agenda. Like what agenda? I don't know, but apparently they know it. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I don't know. I just saw the thumbnail. I didn't click on it because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Yeah. All
hey,
right,
I'm not mad at her.
So whatever's going on with that was
every time I see her in them get-ups, I'm not mad.
So the thing is the movie bad or is it just not meeting up to expectations? I'm gonna just tell you this. My thoughts of the movie. This movie is ass. This movie is booty water. This movie is basura. This movie is terrible, bad. Any words about it? This is not meeting expectations, not disappointing. No, this is a shit movie. It just is. Matter of fact, as a sequel, this is the most unnecessary sequel since Weekend at Bernie's 2. Like, we didn't need this movie, but somehow they made this movie anyway, and this is what we got. So I'm completely satisfied with everybody shitting on this movie as much as possible because there are some brain dead thoughts they have in this movie, and people always want to throw out there, well, you didn't get it. You didn't get it. No, I got it. And the thing is, the more I get it, the more I hate this movie. Like, that's the crazy thing about it, because it makes you think, because this movie's
making me think about how shitty it is.
Right. This movie really feels like Todd Phillips said, fuck you to everybody that made that movie. Now, we got to go back to it. We got to put our frame in the movie. Matter of fact, this movie is so bad, it's like ammunition for anybody that hated the first movie. Like, it makes the first movie worse.
Okay.
So let me dig into it. Now let's just go back to it and talk about the first movie, because we can't talk about this movie without talking about the first movie. We got to talk about Joker, 2019 or something shit when the shit came
It
out?
was something like that, yeah.
Something like that. Okay. Like I said, we're comic book podcast, but when I went into the movie, I didn't go into this movie as a Joker movie because I knew what they were doing. This movie is a psyops. That's what it is. This is a trick that Hollywood is playing on us. And I'm going to tell you why it's a trick. Eli, we are talking about this. You know where I'm going to go with this. Because the Joker movie isn't a Joker movie. It is two Scorsese movies. One, Taxi Driver, and two, King of Comedies. Because they know that people that watch superhero shit all day never seen any of these movies. Oh, first off, that was before they were born anyway. So yeah. It was before I was born. So yeah. So the point is they are Martin Scorsese movies. We got to throw Marty up here because we got to give it props.
And this was right when Martin Scorsese said all that shit about
when he said all that
comic book movies are not cinema,
and he was tired to direct this movie at first.
Yeah, and it was funny all of a sudden because all these people who loved the Joker were like, first of all, they hated what Scorsese said, but then they're like, "Oh, the Joker's so great." It's like a Martin Scorsese.
Right, because it was Ty Phillips mimicking a Martin Scorsese movie. That's what it was. Because the thing, and honestly, that's why I thought the movie was so genius, not because of the movie itself, because of Warner Brothers marketing. It felt like they cracked the code with Joker. So what you can do is dust off an old classic script, throw a superhero cape on it, and make billions. That's brilliant.
Taxi Drivers for Dummies,
Taxi Drivers for Dummies, yes, for beginners. Because they did the same thing with the Batman. The Batman is 7. That's all it is.
Yeah, 7, like Zodiac,
Commissioner Gordon is Morgan Freeman. He playing the same fucking guy. What else we got? Hell, we talk about the Penguin. Penguin is Sopranos.
Yeah.
It's like they know what they're doing. They're just, okay, dust off some old classic shit that we have the rights to and just do that. So, but do you think that so this movie, do you think, and when I went into the movie, I'm thinking like, what classic movie are they going to rip off the time? Are they going to rip off, Purple Rain or some shit? We'll put, Joker in it or some shit? Or in Harley Quinn? No, they didn't. This is technically an original story, which is one reason why it failed. Like, y'all should have just ripped off somebody, man. Y'all should have did this shit.
Just did the Birdcage.
You should have. Oh, I'm gonna get back to that anyway. Matter of fact, I even thought for a second, like, okay,
Tu Wong Fu. It should have been Tu Wong
Fu. I thought for a second they were gonna do One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I thought, okay, just rip this shit off.
Yeah, remember
they didn't do that. They didn't.
Who was that? We read that comic. Was it Azzarello? Brian Azzarello did that one Joker story where it was like Joker. It was basically One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest at Arkham.
Right.
And Joker and all the Batman's rogues gallery. And I'm like, there's your Joker sequel right there.
They could have easily done that. They didn't do that. Like the things you think they would do, they didn't do. But it's almost like they purposely did it, Eli. I got to talk about the movie some more. Okay, let's keep going. All right. Now, you know what's funny about this movie? Like, we've already talked about that this was a musical. A lot of people will say, I'm not going to see this movie because it's a musical. I get that.
That's like that. Basically what I said. Yeah.
Right. Here's the thing. A lot of people didn't know it was a musical. So they went into the movie, and when the singing started, they were like, what the fuck is this? So it caught them off guard. That's why I'm saying so many people just walked out of this movie.
And I've seen some of them clips because people on TikTok. I've practically seen the whole movie just because of TikTok clips.
I don't think you've seen everything, Eli.
There's like TikTok clips of like the singing, and I'm like, oh yeah,
the singing ain't, but that's the thing, Eli. That's what I'm saying. The singing is not the worst part. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's stuck on that one thing. Now, the singing, I'll talk about the singing for a second, but it's so much other shit in this movie. Like, if they take the singing out, this is still a bad movie. Like, that doesn't change anything. Now, let's talk about the singing for a second. Now, first off, oh boy, he played Johnny Cash, right?
Oh yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, yeah.
He can't sing for shit. That's one thing so bad about this movie. Like, anytime he started singing, like,
because didn't he sing for that Johnny Cash movie?
I think they tried to say like he sung those songs in Johnny Cash. Like, I barely remember the movie. Honestly, after Walk Hard, I can't watch the movie again. That's just me. So that movie killed what movie for me. So watching this movie, and I'm like, this dude played Johnny Cash, but he can't fucking sing. So pretty much anytime he started singing, it feels like the movie just stops. Like the movie just grinds to a halt to let him just sing all these badass notes and sound flat as fuck and shit like that. Like in Joker makeup. Like, no, man, no.
What was like were the musical numbers, was there like a big like setup, was like in a set piece and like people start dancing and shit, you know?
Well, there was a few scenes because Eli, there were so many musical numbers. This is a musical. This ain't one or two scenes. There is a ton of them. Matter of fact, this movie had a $200 million budget. That's where the money went. To the set piece, to the musicals and shit like that, you know.
The Broadway style.
A Broadway style. So they really put money in it. But like I said, dude can't sing. Matter of fact, they even had like a Sonny and Cher type deal going on with that. That was kind of cool. Now, here's the thing. Like, this is a big controversial thing right here. Harley Quinn. Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn. I liked her. Matter of fact, she's probably my favorite part of the movie. And matter of fact, here's the thing. Old boy can't sing, but Lady Gaga can. So when she was actually singing in the movie, I'm like, oh, thank God. She saved me because old boy can't sing for shit. But Lady Gaga was, and then the thing is with Lady Gaga, because she's supposed to be playing a person that can't sing, so she kind of like toned herself down. But the more the movie goes on, like the production budget gets bigger and the scenes get bigger like that. And I like really let Lady Gaga go. So I'm like, okay, I know other people don't want to hear the musical and don't want to hear the shit like that. A few of those musical numbers that with Lady Gaga, I was sold on. I was actually entertained with a few ones she was doing. And her performance as Harley Quinn, I enjoyed it. I thought she was pretty good. They actually flip it. They actually flip it. So her origin isn't the same as what it used to be before. Here's the thing. Okay, when we all know about Joker and Harley Quinn's relationship is that Joker is manipulating Harley for whatever reasons. They flipped it. Harley is manipulating Joker.
Okay.
Yeah. So I actually like that, but you don't even figure that out till halfway through. So Joker, because like I said, this Joker is an idiot. So of course he's not gonna manipulate anybody. So, but you don't realize that till like halfway through the movie, like, oh shit, she playing him. Okay. So it like hits you at the same time it hits her, and you don't know what side she's playing. So honestly, I thought Lady Gaga was probably my favorite part of this movie. Now, I'm not saying she's my favorite Harley. I'm just saying for the role that she's playing, she fit this role. One of the worst things about this movie, I feel like that they kind of sideline her. She didn't get enough screen time as she should have. You thinking like it's a Joker / Harley movie. She kind of like does her thing and kind of like go to the background like that. She's really not even a co-star. She's like a secondary character. So I'm like, they could have had more Gaga here. They could have had more Harley in it. I thought that was pretty good. Oh, what else about this movie? Oh, but that's the thing. It's not just a musical. It's a musical / courtroom drama. That's the whole movie. So if they're not singing, they're in the courtroom. And then what they're doing is recounting the old movie. They're just having it on the stand and just telling you shit you already knew about the first movie. Okay, why are we going through this whole thing? So here's the thing. You know, like Joker had that body count in the first movie. Guess his body count in this movie? 0. Guess Harley Quinn's body count in this movie? 0. So that's the thing. So it's just a courtroom drama / musical. That's what you're going to see in a Joker movie. So that's what I'm saying. This movie is a fuck you to the movie. Now, the thing is, let me go a little bit deeper because after I sat back and watched this movie, now I took away some things, but I've been thinking about this movie for a while. The reason I'm saying this movie is a fuck you to the fans because let's go back to it. We got to go back to 2019 because in 2019, remember why this movie made $1 billion. If you think about the movie, why it made $1 billion now, you can't think about it, but at the time, it made sense. First off, you slap a superhero cape on anything, it was going to make money regardless. But 2019 was also the height of that gun violence, mass shootings conversation talk we were talking to. Matter of fact, there was a mass shooter that shot up a movie theater dressed as Joker. So remember that whole thing about it that if you make a Joker movie right then, you're going to create a whole bunch of mass shooters going to shoot. And remember, that was when first time we heard of incels. Yeah. We didn't know what that meant until then. Like, what's an incel? Anybody that liked this movie? You know? Yeah. Yeah. So the thing is, when people came away from that movie in 2019, of course, people didn't get shot up or anything like that because of the movie. But the thing was, people came away from that movie thinking that Arthur Fleck / Joker was a sympathetic anti-hero. That's what they came away from it. Like he's supposed to have sympathy for him. What this movie does, I think it does the exact opposite. I think Ty Phillips hates that movie. I think he hates that first movie And I think he did everything he could in this movie to undo that movie. I think he wanted to beat you over the head that no, he is not an anti-hero. He's not to be sympathetic. He is not the hero. He is not Homelander.
Yeah, and this is where people misunderstand.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you take a villain and try to humanize him. He is still a villain.
Right.
You're not supposed to like Homelander. He's a fucking asshole.
And that's why people hated season 4.
Sure. He does some cool shit sometimes, and he's amusing and he's entertaining and he's an interesting character, but he is a bad guy. He does bad shit. You know, it's like Legion. Like I watched Legion and I thought Legion was great. The TV show Legion about the X-Men character. Very weird show. It's an acquired taste, but there was all this talk towards the end of that show where like, who's the hero? Who's the hero? Is it Legion? Is it Sid? Blah. There was all this chatter on all these sites about, whether or not who was the hero. And the point is, nobody's the hero. They're all villain. Legion is a villain.
People have a hard time when they're watching media. They always think the protagonist is the hero. That's not the case. That's not the case.
Scarface is a bad guy.
You're not supposed to idolize him. You're not supposed to idolize Rorschach or any of these people like that. You idolize it. You missing the point of the movie.
Yeah, Joker is a villain. He's a mass fucking murderer.
Right.
He's a homicidal maniac.
And that's what this movie was doing. It was beating you over the head because the thing is, like all the survivors of the people he didn't kill, they came to the stand and they were recanting what happened, but they were telling from their point of view. So Joker is basically hearing from them. So that way it's beating your head that no, you were not supposed to idolize the guy. These people didn't do shit to Arthur Fleck. Yes, he didn't kill them, but he traumatized them. It's been 3 years since it happened. They can't even function in society anymore because they saw him bash a motherfucker with a hammer in front of their head. Or they shot him and shoot somebody on TV. So now they can't function in real life because he traumatized them, even though he didn't mean any ill will. It still fucked him up. And plus they just want you to show how pathetic he is. The fact that Harley Quinn is playing him. Here's the thing: the whole point of the movie is that Arthur Fleck, for him, Joker was a one-time thing. Like he just wanted to be Joker. He shot whoever he wanted to shoot, beat up whoever he wanted to beat, and now he's done. Like the Joker got out of him. But the thing is, the public wants more Joker. He can't get away from it. The Joker is now a celebrity now, and the movie is a commentary on how we celebrate serial killers. It is a commentary on that. Yeah. Like the Menendez brothers, OJ, all the shit like that. They're doing the same thing with him. Harley is a groupie in this movie. That's what she is. Yeah.
I mean, they're I just saw on Netflix, they're making an Ed Gein fucking show.
The guy that wore faces and shit.
Yeah, the guy that inspired Psycho and Leatherface, the real life Leatherface. They're making a show with him, but they're using the guy from fucking Sons of Anarchy to play him.
And that's the thing.
This hot, sexy dude is going to play this.
Yeah, like remember the Ted Bundy movie in the 80s?
Yeah,
like the world
Mark Harmon.
Man? Yeah, he won like Sexiest Man Alive that year.
Yeah.
He was playing Ted Bundy.
All them panties were soaking. Like, ooh.
Right. Like, what the fuck are you doing? So we romanticizing serial killers, and they did the same thing in this movie where Harley she didn't give a fuck about Arthur Fleck. Arthur Fleck was a piece of shit. So the whole movie, she was coaxing him back to turning into the Joker because that's what she wanted. She wanted the Joker. That's the thing, and that's the whole thing. Like, no one gave a fuck about him. They want the Joker, and that's basically what we're talking about. Like, say you make this movie and you do make the Taxi Driver remake, or you call it something else other than Joker, which you obviously could have did. Nobody would have gave a fuck about this movie.
And Taxi Driver, he's not a hero,
right? And people have come away from Taxi Driver thinking Travis Bickle is the hero. He's not. He's not to be. Yeah. The dude from Falling Down is not the hero.
No shit. Yeah, he was going home to kill his wife.
Right. That's what he was doing. You're not supposed to idolize any of these people. And people are taking. So that's the thing. So you do have these people to idolize, and they're thinking that they're going to see their hero, the Joker in the sequel, and this movie is completely beating him down. That's why so many people are pissed. So that's why they're pissed, because when they're beating Arthur Fleck down, since you would idolize him, they're beating you down. Eli, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. Have you seen the end? I'm pretty sure you've seen the ending.
I've heard. Yeah, actually, I did. Yeah, I saw it on TikTok.
I'm about to spoil the ending. I'm about to spoil 2 things that happen in this movie that for everybody don't want to hear it, just click off right now. I'm about to tell you 2 things that happen in this movie. First off, before you get to the ending, Eli, here's something that nobody is talking about in this movie. Joker gets ass raped in prison by the guards.
Okay, sure. I mean, I would imagine that probably did happen to Joker at some point.
That's the thing.
Batman, darling,
right? And that's the thing. So the thing is, he's fighting, whether or not to become Joker or not like that. When they fuck him in the ass in prison, he's not Joker anymore. He's done. I'm Arthur Fleck. I'm done with this shit. So he's Arthur Fleck for the rest of the movie after that, and then he gets stabbed to death by the real Joker. So
that's what I hear. Yeah.
Yeah. So and people are saying that's clever. That's like, no, it's not clever. That's dumb. That's dumb as fuck. Oh, and the guy because the reason we know he's a real Joker because after he stabs him, he carves up his own face.
How did I get these scars? Or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm just like, okay, this is another fucking thing that doesn't make any sense in this weird ass movie. So what if people are like connected? Oh, they need to make a Joker 3 with that guy. No, they don't. Let that shit die. That's it. So yeah. So my thing is this. So the thing is they do all these things to Arthur. And you thinking that Arthur's going to get revenge on the guards for ass fucking him. Never does. Nah. They just talk shit to him, beat his ass, all stuff like that. He lets his best friend in jail, gets killed also. No retaliation for that. When he dies at the end, he's just like, oh shit. Okay. He just dies. That's it. And then they got the pig, the Porky Pig. That's all, folks. Close in on the black. Like, what the fuck was this? And so yes, this. But here's the thing. This is why so many people hate this movie because if you like the first movie, if you identify with Joker in the first movie, this movie is designed to say "fuck you." That's what he wants to undo everything he did in the first movie. That's what it's.
And I actually like now that you're saying that, I actually admire that kind of.
Yeah, but I mean, can you really say fuck your fans? I mean, because these are the people paying to see the movie. But it's so weird, man. Because that's why I think they made it a musical to begin with. What do these guys that identify with Joker? What do they hate more than anything else? Musicals. Let's make it that. What else do they hate? Lady Gaga. Put her in the movie. So right there, there's 2 strikes right there telling you what to go on. Like, okay, so they know when you go in this movie, you're going to hate this. And then there's shit on Joker for the rest of this movie, like an Arthur Fleck and all stuff like that. So that's. I think I said everything. I didn't even look at my notes, Eli.
You're just freestyling.
Just freestyle at this point. I had notes, but
off the top, rage.
Right. That's all I got. So yeah, like I said, but the point is, all I'm saying about the movie that the movie is boring. The movie makes no sense. The singing is bad. The songs are bad. The song selection is bad. I don't give a fuck about the Partridge Family. Who the fuck want to make a Partridge Family song in this one? I mean, really? It's the 80s. You can't throw no Rick James in there, some shit. Like they at least have some songs I would like. Shit.
Yeah, Lady Gaga couldn't do like Flashdance.
Bad Romance. I wouldn't even be mad if she did Bad Romance in the middle of it's the 80s, but I don't give a fuck. So that's the thing. So I didn't like any of those songs, man. But yeah, did I do all my notes? I did, yeah. Hey, I hit all the points. Okay.
Well, for me, of course I didn't see this movie.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see this movie because yes, I wasn't into I'm not into musicals. Musicals are just not my thing. Mm-hmm. I was not interested in seeing this, and I did not like the first movie.
Right. I wasn't into it because, and that's another thing because just the fact that this movie exists, that they exist at all, it undoes some of the first movie because the first movie, kind of had an ambiguous ending to it, or a lot of stuff you didn't know what happened because it was basically Joker was an unreliable narrator. So the point is, this movie tells you what happened and what didn't happen. Like I'm gonna spoil some more shit. Zazie Beetz. We don't know what happened to her at the end of the first part. We know what happens now.
Oh, did she not exist?
No, she existed. She lived the whole time. He just walked in the house, looked at it, and then left. That's all that happened.
Oh, so he never had a relationship. And that's what they imply. That whole relationship with her was like all in his head.
Yeah, and she says that. She says that specifically. Because I think a lot of people didn't get that because he was being so ambiguous in the first movie. I think a lot of the subtext did fly over the blow something up, people's heads, shit like that. So that's why he had to spell it out for you. No, and she says it while she's testifying on the stand. No, we were not in a relationship. No, I don't know this guy. I waved at him a few times. That was it. His mother told me all kind of crazy shit about him. She says she thinks he's a virgin. So that tell you right now that he's an incel.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was not into that first movie. I just wasn't into sad sack Joker. You know, that's just me. Like, I'm a Batman fan. I love Batman and his whole mythology. And to me, the Joker is not the Joker loves what he does.
Right.
He's the opposite of Batman. Batman is a sad sack. He you know, he's not happy, because if he was happy, he wouldn't have to be Batman. So he does not like being Batman, whereas Joker loves doing his shit. Joker loves what he does. So I just could not get into that whole idea, this sad sack dude who, and I could see where, Falling Down and Travis Bickle and all the, you know, the Scorsese references, and I could see all that, and I could appreciate what they were doing with it, but I just wasn't into it. And, you know, and this whole thing about the incels, didn't really sympathize with them either. You know, so
but that's the thing. Like I said, with the whole thing we've been saying is that this never was the Joker. I never connected this guy to the Joker. I never said, oh, this has something to do with the Joker. No, I knew what they were doing. They're just taking an old movie and just slapping some shit on it. Yeah. But it's not the Joker, because it's so far away from what we know as the Joker. It's not the Joker. You can't connect this shit to that. So and that ending, because that was a fan theory. People were like, well, maybe the real Joker will show up and kill this guy and become the new Joker. That's all they did. They just did some fan theory shit. I guarantee you, James Gunn told him to do this shit.
to get.
It's funny about James Gunn. James Gunn, like, I had nothing to do with this movie.
To get Jared Leto's version, you know. Which I gotta say, when they first announced, they first dropped the Jared Leto picture. You know, with him with all the tattoos and the, you know, and the gold grill in his teeth and all that shit. I actually probably one of the few that, like, that is interesting. That's a juggalo. And I could buy that. I could buy a juggalo, an Insane Clown Posse fan gone nuts. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Of course, they didn't do that, and the Suicide Squad movie was kind of
we don't know what David Harbour actually intended, because they chopped this movie up. He's trying
David Ayer.
Who I say David? Oh yeah,
he said David Harbour.
I did David Harbour. I meant to say David Ayer. Sorry about that. David Ayer. David Ayer he's fighting to get his version. He's like, his version is 10 times better than what came out.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, but like, that made sense to me. You know, and from the get-go, even with the first movie, I just like you go back and listen to those old episodes. You hear me bitching about it when they announced the show or they announced the movie to when it came out to my review on it. I was never a fan of, you know, that Joker movie, and, you know. Oh,
Arkham Fate wants you to explain ICP.
ICP? Oh, yeah. Insane Clown Posse?
Yeah, for those who don't know.
Oh, yeah.
We understand you don't listen to a lot of 90s rappers, but yeah.
Yeah. Insane Clown Posse. Juggalos. Yeah. It's a whole movement. Yeah. Whole underground, you know, You know, they're taking over the world. When when Armageddon comes, they're taking over.
I mean, Joker as a Juggalo sounds good, because it almost feels like the Juggalos were inspired by Joker. So it would make sense that he would be a Juggalo. So that's why I bought it. You know, I bought that idea. I was like, that's interesting. That's an interesting take on the Joker. You know, just a Juggalo fan gone nuts. You know, because they already are kind of nuts. That's not. Shout out to all the Juggalos, yo! Whoop whoop. Shout out to you too, Lou. Man, they coming in hot. You talking about Grandpa music? Yeah, we talking about Grandpa. Oh, because I said Rick James. Yeah, okay. I forgot. Nobody knows him. Nobody listens to me.
Your grandpa, Jake. Our paws.
Right. Oh, shout to. Hey, that's how I know my mom had a 45 of Rick James street songs in there. That's the only that and Purple Rain. That was it. Them two songs, played them all the time. Anyway, on old record.
Shit, my dad had an 8-track in his van. Like,
okay. Can't wait. Kent Maloney, best of luck to his knee growth operation on Saturday. Shout out to him. Shout out to Kenneth Maloney. Man, they coming in too hot. Okay. Sorry, y'all. We gotta go back to the show. Okay. We appreciate y'all listening. Oh, but that's all I got. I talked about my notes. I get everything on here. Honestly, Eli, that's why I put on the thumbnail. Honestly, we owe Madam Web an apology. I put this movie under Madam Web. I put this movie under Morbius. I really do. I think it's just that bad, because I think this movie goes out of its way to shit on fans of this movie, fans of the first movie. Fans of movies. Like they basically made a shit movie so they won't
fans of Batman. Yeah.
Fans of Batman, just shit on everybody. Fans of Harley Quinn, we're just going to shit on everybody. So that way you will not ask me again. Look, you gave me $20 for this movie, for the second movie. I'm done. I'm not doing a third movie, so I'm going to make this shit so bad you won't ask me again. So,
yeah, I heard he said he's done. Even before the movie came out, he's like, I'm done with this
Not
shit.
that he's done with us. We're done with him. So he can go wherever he wants to go. Oh, shit. Oh, let's see. Ice Wallow come.
Oh, waka.
Yeah, okay. I can't believe he made me read that. Okay.
Waka, Mo. Mo's
that's the thing. They threw Batgirl in the volcano and
burned it. But I know that's the thing. They're releasing. They released Madam Web and Morbius, but they won't. Yeah, they fucking they can Batgirl.
And they spent $200 on this shit on a musical courtroom with a not Joker.
Yeah.
What the hell? This is why, DC. This is why. Batgirl release. We thanks. We know who Batgirl is. So yeah, but appreciate you. Damn. Okay, we gotta move on. We gotta move on. I'm gonna slap a rating on it. I'm gonna slap a score on this one. My rating 2 out of 5. That's my rating. Now the reason I'm rating a 2 out of 5 is because remember I reviewed a piece of shit movie last week also, Megalopolis.
Oh yeah.
And I thought Megalopolis was the worst movie I saw this year. And then I saw this. You know, so Eli, honestly, this shit made me depressed when I walked out. Okay, so I saw Megalopolis. That shit sucked. I came out of Joker. That shit sucked. I was like, what the fuck am I doing, man? I'm like, this is my hard-earned money I'm spending. Eli, I'm not made of money. I know I look like it. I'm not made of money.
And this is what they're trying to get movie theaters to come back. And
they're trying to get movie theaters to come. They're trying to get people in the movie theater, and they drop shit like this back to back, you know. So yeah. I'm in the movie theater walking out the joke. I'm like, man, that fucking movie sucked, man. And I just blew all my money for this shit. Now that I could have spent that money on some other shit. And so I felt bad until I looked at the internet and everybody was trashing shit just as bad as I was. That made me feel a little bit better. I'm like, everybody else can share my pain also. Because Megalopolis, I watched this shit by myself. No one gave a shit. So I can say Megalopolis sucked. People are like, who? What? You know, Francis Ford who? But this movie, I can say this movie was ass and it will get traction. People were like, yeah, everybody is on the same boat.
Hey, we might as well market the outrage like everybody else.
They might as well. Because that's the thing, like I said, the first joke.
Maybe this will get us monetized, man. Put on the thumbnail trash or whatever. Joker trash.
Ass. What do we got here?
Nubia Black. A movie?
Hell, just give a comic. Damn, they can't even give a comic. Damn, crawl before you walk. You know, shit. Yeah. So that's my thing. So my thing about this with this movie, what I lost my train of thought. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Look, this movie, don't go see it. I've told you what to think about this movie. You can go into it and know everything. So don't go in there shocked. Don't go in there surprised. It is heavy on the musical, heavy on the courtroom drama, and other shit. So yeah, like I said, Megalopolis. Now here's the reason I give a 0.5 of Megalopolis versus this movie. Now I said with Megalopolis that it was Francis Ford Coppola. This movie he stood by, and it actually had so many ideas. He just didn't know how to put this shit together.
He was trying to make it for like decades.
He was trying to make it for decades, and you can feel like I just cramming everything in this 2-hour movie. And it didn't fit because it collapsed on some way because he turned too much shit in here. This movie, on the other hand, didn't feel like it had a lot of shit going on. And it felt mean-spirited. And it felt like the musical scenes were padding out the runtime because they don't have enough story here. You know, because after we shit on Joker and we do the court scene, we don't have enough movies. So let's do these long-ass musical scenes to kind of pad out the runtime. But there's really not a movie here. There's no reason for this movie to exist. It really is not. So that's why I give it a 2. Yeah.
Feminine, what's her name? Feminine Nom or whatever is saying, what's worse, Halle Berry's Catwoman or Joker 2?
I'm gonna say Halle Berry Catwoman because that was like really, really shitty. So yeah, like I said, it's levels to this shit. So
yeah, but like I said, I ain't mad at it. Like watching Halle Berry in that number.
That is true. That is true.
I ain't mad at that. Like at least I could watch. Yeah, does it follow any Batman lore? No.
I mean, Catwoman didn't either, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not. She's not Selena Kyle. It's just a one-off. it's very silly, but like, yeah, I did not mind watching Halle Berry in that outfit.
And see, now you got me thinking Catwoman or Joker. That's the thing, because you did have Halle Berry in a Catwoman suit. So yeah, I'm still
Points for that. Points for that.
No, I'm gonna just say that because I'm gonna give some points for Joker, because it did. Remember the cinematography in the first movie? That's still here. They still got some awesome shots.
It's still got that 70s feel, 70s, 80s feel.
It still got that feel to it. And I'm making a point for Lady Gaga. I thought Lady Gaga was good in the movie because there was a few musical numbers in there for me that did hit. Like when they let her
danced
go
with your hands
I was
above your head,
myself. So yeah,
like Jesus said, like
you know, all this shit. I was a movie thinking about myself, so I could do this shit. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, but okay, Halle Berry. Other than Halle Berry, shit.
Oh, yes. We need more black female superheroes in live action movies. Sure.
Well, honestly, here's the thing: Halle Berry shouldn't have been Catwoman. She should have been Vixen.
Okay.
That's what should have been. They could have did the exact same movie, but just make her Vixen. I think that would have been more well received at that. So because they draw Vixen like Halle Berry in the comics anyway. What do we got here? Superheroes for life. Yeah, happy to meet you. That's your YouTube name? Okay. Do you like Wendy? Who the hell is Wendy?
Wendy's? Like Wendy? The burgers?
Oh, I guess.
Y'all forgetting about the one in Marvels.
Oh yeah, you don't. Damn, Jay, you
talking about Monica?
Name, man. Yeah, you really say the name. Other one. Damn, Jake. Okay. All right. Okay. Enough of that. Let's go. Let's stop. I'm like, okay. He got me again, Eli.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's just me. I love Halle Berry and Catwoman. Like I love Halle Berry in that Catwoman suit. That was worth it. So yeah, what else we got? That's all I got. 2.5. Move on past that. Because Eli, you got some stuff. We've taken up too much of your time.
Oh, okay. What am I? Yeah. What are we calling this? Should we give it the Halloween?
I think I gave it a name, but I forgot what
Hubaloo?
I didn't. I should have gave something fancy but yeah, I just said Eli's hard comedy thing.
Yeah,
okay. Sorry, we're done with Joker talk for the rest of the night. So yeah.
Yeah, for the rest forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, being that it's October and it's spooky season, and I'm a horror guy. We're gonna do some horror shit. Mm-hmm. You know, like every year around October, I like to highlight horror flicks and shit.
Yeah, normally, and you run the show in October, but I'm sorry, I had to hijack you.
Oh, that's right. I did run it. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. You're doing fine.
Well, thank you, Eli.
So yeah, I figured on Leroy's show, we're gonna talk about some Halloween horror to do, you know, and I guess I felt like, you know, I dropped the ball this week. I haven't seen much new horror shit these days. Even Salem's Lot. I'm excited to see that Salem's Lot movie. It's on HBO. I haven't watched it yet. You know, I just haven't gotten a chance to see anything new.
I mean, it's just there hasn't been a lot of horror to come out this year.
I'm just like been swamped with shit. You know, I'm just been too busy, you know, doing other shit. I just haven't made it to a theater. I haven't been able to like watch anything. And even when I did watch something, I found myself not watching like my normal horror shit. Because I came to like think, I was like, you know what? I'm always watching the class. I mean, sure, I could give you the rundown. You need to watch Halloween. You need to watch Chucky. You need to watch, you know, the movies that everybody's always talking about, you know, which I do tend to watch all the time. And like the other night, I found myself watching the Community horror episodes. You know,
which one? Because they had a few.
All of them.
They had one with the zombie. All of them. Okay.
Yeah, I watched the one with the zombies. Yeah, so Community, the TV show, one of my favorite shows of all time. I started watching the Halloween episodes.
Eli, I have a challenge for you. Okay. I think we should make one Community reference, or at least one, every episode.
Pop,
work
pop.
it in some kind of way. Pop, pop.
Well, I already did at the beginning.
You already did. So we gotta. You did. You're right. You did. So going forward, we're gonna find a way to work in something from Community.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, I found myself watching the horror episodes of Community, and that led me to watch Scary Movie 2.
Why 2? What?
Because that one chick.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you know, you know.
I know.
I can do it myself.
The first one had Shannon Elizabeth in it.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
But I started watching just stupid horror comedies, you know, and I was like, yeah, I'm not watching my normal Halloween horror. I'm watching like dumb comedies just for, you know, so I can get a laugh, you know. So I thought, okay, well, since I'm doing that, why don't I think this
before
week,
you go, because here's the thing, I don't remember where I put everything. So how about this? I'm gonna just throw it on the screen and you just give us something.
Okay, yeah. So I just came up with
because what's gonna happen? You say something, I'm gonna click the wrong thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about 5 horror comedies that I suggest for horror fans. If you have not seen these, or maybe you have, I'm just like, for in your Halloween horror watch list, you could add these and you would have it'd be a fun watch. So yeah, I got 5 ready to go. You put them up, I'll knock them down.
Okay, here we go. First one.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just a dumb, stupid movie. The name says it all. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. These aliens that resemble clowns in a spaceship that looks like a circus tent lands in a small town and starts kidnapping people, putting them into cotton candy cocoons. And they got all these weird. The thing about this movie is very dumb. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's kind of ridiculous. The acting's dumb. It's a bad movie. But the designs, the creature designs, the practical effects, the sets, just watch it for that. There's a lot of creativity and love. You can tell that they had a lot of fun making this movie. So this is one of those so bad it's good movies. Yeah. So Killer Clowns from Outer Space, check it out. A lot of dumb, stupid fun. You know.
Okay.
On to the next.
Next one. I don't know what this is. Let's see.
Okay. Frankenhooker. Yes, this is a national treasure.
Okay.
I could do a whole podcast on Frankenhooker.
What is
yes? What does it symbolize? But this movie is basically a really dumb, bad movie, campy take on the Frankenstein tale. A guy, a mad scientist, his wife gets run over by a lawnmower. He saves her body parts, the body parts that he can find, but because she got run over by a lawnmower, he doesn't have them all. So he ends up going and finding prostitutes and using their body parts. And he because he's a mad scientist, he makes super crack.
Okay. That
makes them blow up. So the hookers smoke the super crack and they blow up, and he collects their body parts to put his wife back together. Wow. And it's stupid as hell, but it's fucking hilarious. I've been watching this movie for 30 years, and I laugh every time I fucking put it on. It still makes me laugh after all these years. I just watched it the other night. Like I said, I've been watching dumb horror comedies. This is a stupid, brainless, dumb, adolescent, moronic fucking movie. But it's hilarious, and it puts a smile on my face, and that's all I give a shit about.
Right.
So
I'm glad you get into Halloween spirit. So
yeah, Frankenhooker, an American classic.
Okay, all right. Next, what do we got here? Okay,
Slither. Yep. Speaking of James Gunn,
now he wrote, not directed, but wrote this, right?
No, he wrote and directed this. So James Gunn, it's his kind of a take on Night of the Creeps. I believe Night of the Creeps was on my suggestions last year. So this is about aliens, slugs that come down to Earth. They, they're parasites. They, go into the humans. They make zombies out of human hosts, and they end up like mutating into these bigger creatures that try to breed and all that stuff. So it's a take on, it's a a lot of body horror, a lot of zombie shit, and it's hilarious. You can tell, this is pre James Gunn, Disney, Guardians of the Galaxy shit. You know, he was just out of Trauma, doing Trauma movies. I think this might have been his first like studio movie that he worked on.
Okay, after he got out of Trauma, but yeah.
Yeah, because he was writing movies for a while. He wrote the original or the Dawn of the Dead remake that Zack Snyder wrote. He wrote that script.
Both Scooby-Doo movies.
And the Scooby-Doo movies. He did write some stuff. I think this was his first directorial, like big studio directorial debut.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just a lot of dumb, stupid fun, gory, campy. It's a total homage to cheesy 80s body horror movies like The Thing and Alien, and of course, like Night of the Creeps.
Yeah.
Trauma. The Brood, David Cronenberg type of shit. You know, a lot of dumb, stupid fun. You know, so Slither, check it out.
All right, so what else we got here?
Oh yes.
Is this the one where she bought the haunted house?
Yep.
This ain't really a comedy though. This isn't. I've seen this.
I laugh. This makes me laugh.
And it is funny. It is funny. I'm just saying, like the horror comedy is more comedy than horror.
There's really no horror in it other than her looking like she's what like a sorceress. You know, she's not. Everyone thinks Elvira's a vampire. She's not. I think her mom
didn't do it. I thought she was just some goth chick.
Yeah, she's just for those who don't know who Elvira is, Cassandra Peterson. She created this character, Elvira, Mistress of the Macabre, who hosted a horror show on late night TV. Mm-hmm. And that was like through the 70s and 80s. She got real popular.
2 reasons why.
Yeah. She ended up in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Mm-hmm. You know, Tim Burton was supposed to direct this movie, but then he went on to do Beetlejuice.
It had that Tim Burton feel. So yeah.
Yeah. So this is just, so I watched this the other night, and like I said, it still makes me laugh. And I noticed something. The story of this movie is like she's a TV host. She quits her job because her boss is sexually harassing her.
Yeah. But that was a big thing. That was a big deal in the 80s. Remember 9 to 5?
Yeah. But I'm saying if this was made now, people would call it woke and all that. Those guys would bitch about that shit.
Right.
You know, the agenda, the woke agenda. But this is Elvira.
A girl boss or whatever.
She's woke. She's got a feminist agenda and all that horse shit that they bitch about. These so-called tough guys that whine about the stupidest shit. You know,
upset over Snow White and shit.
Yeah. Whining about the Little Mermaid and shit.
Right.
Bunch of pussies. But anyways, Elvira quits her job because she's being harassed by her boss, and she goes to this small town called Falwell. I think Falwell, Massachusetts. Now, Falwell was a reference to Jerry Falwell, the TV evangelist, the conservative TV evangelist who was, the moral majority. Metal is evil, rap is evil, the PMRC, Prince is evil, all those, the devil's music, all that bullshit.
Satanic Panic.
The Satanic Panic and the moral majority. So that was a way for her to like critique the moral majority. So again, message.
Break it down, deconstruction of Elvira. So.
Yeah, it goes deeper than we think. So she goes to this small town, and it turns out she inherits this old house. And then the house turns out to like this warlock is trying to get it. And just zany. She's like, yeah, this goth chick in this small conservative town, and all the wackiness ensues and shit. And it's just, again, dumb, stupid fun. Like, I have a soft spot for Elvira. She helped me grow up.
Like, y'all had Sydney Sweeney. We had this.
Yeah. Elvira, the House of Mystery comics that she had. They put her in House of Mystery comics back in the 80s.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Did Marvel do those? No, DC.
No, DC.
They were on DC Universe.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they're on DC. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Again, dumb, stupid fun with Elvira.
Okay. All right. Next, what do we got here? Okay.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Okay.
So this is just dumb, stupid comedy shit. These rednecks in the woods, they're trying to build a house in the woods. Meanwhile, a bunch of partying college kids go to those woods to party, but then they think the rednecks are like psycho killers. Mm-hmm. So it basically has those slasher movie tropes, but then subverts them because the kids think that these rednecks are the killers, but they're not. They're like totally just goofballs. But these kids accidentally keep getting killed by doing something stupid. Like they fall and get impaled onto a tree stump. They accidentally, fall out of something. Like they keep getting killed.
Those kind of destination movies, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that. They keep getting themselves killed, and then they think it's the rednecks doing it. So again, it's dumb slapstick, campy humor, very cartoony violence. The gore is just over the top and dumb. And again, just like I said, dumb, stupid fun. So Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Like I said, any one of these movies add to your Halloween horror watch list, and sit back and enjoy. Good times.
Nice. Hold on.
Damn. Holy shit.
Yeah, they come in hot.
Big Trouble. Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China. I love that.
Not a horror movie though. But yeah.
It's not really. It's got elements. There's monsters and shit, but it's more of an adventure fantasy, kung fu fantasy. Yeah.
Eli, I wanted to throw in a movie too. Since we talk about horror comedy, when I think horror comedy, is one movie I wanted to think about. Metal Hands.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Definitely watch that. First time we've seen Jessica Alba, so that's a plus.
There you go.
What do we got here? Oh, what is this? What is that?
Dead Alive. Yeah, Dead Alive is hilarious, but it could be, if I make a splatter movie list, like a gore movie, Dead Alive is going on that list. Maybe I'll do that next week, or
not the first Nightmare on Elm Street, but some of those other ones. When they really let Freddy Krueger go.
Yeah.
He was saying some funny shit in those movies, man. So yeah.
In the 80s, Freddy Krueger was a rock star.
Yeah.
He was huge in the 80s.
Oh, okay. Vampire in Brooklyn. That's classic. Who posted this? Let me see who posted this. That is, shout out to you.
Yeah. Wes Craven directed that too.
Wes Craven directed that. Preacher Paulie. We call the dude Preacher Paulie. So that's evil is good, ass is good. When you get some evil ass, woo. Okay, who is this? This right here. Oh man,
Jason X.
You hate this movie. This
I don't hate that movie. I love Jason X.
This is cinema. Jason X is cinema. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I would down the hill with that. I love Jason X. I would just watch that movie just for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, Jason X is awesome. I love Jason X.
Definitely a horror comedy.
And it pisses off all the horror nerds who love like Freddy or Michael Myers or Scream movies, and they think Jason is kind of like adolescent,
Right.
When they compare body counts, like who's got the most kills, Michael Myers, blah blah blah, Jason. But then I always count. Well, Jason did make that spaceship crash into that space station, which took out thousands.
Right.
They get all that
in space. How do you not like that? How do you not?
Yeah, I'm like, he killed thousands on that spaceship by blowing it up. That only counts as one.
Sound like that dwarf in Brie Larson is in Community. Yeah. No. One day we're gonna make a list of community actors that are in the MCU. Well, Community goes so deep. You wouldn't.
The Russo brothers directed those.
The Russo brothers directed those episodes. You wouldn't have the MCU as you know it without Community. That's how deep this shit goes. One day we'll break it down. One day we'll do it. We're not gonna do it today because we're not gonna talk about Community today. We're gonna do a Community podcast one day. Arachnophobia. Damn, that's a deep cut right there. Remember that one? When Kirsten Dunst in that?
Kirsten Dunst in Arachnophobia?
I think so.
No, that was like Jeff Daniels and
I think she was in it too.
Kirsten Dunst? She'd have to be mad little then. That was like in
the
89, 90?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Huh. I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
Eight-Legged Freaks. That's a good one too. Eight-Legged Freaks with David Arquette. That's stupid and funny and giant spiders and shit. And when it gets that cat in the fucking, it's killing the cat and the fucking duck. Huh?
Rubber.
Oh God.
I knew you hate that one. All right.
I do know. I have seen that.
But the spider is actually completely harmless. It's very fast. Yeah. All right. So we move on to the next part of the podcast. I know people want to talk about hockey. Okay. Sure. I'm about to kill the podcast with the next subject I'm going to talk about. We're going to talk to the video game section. We're not going to do Street Fighter. I'm going to do another game. I'm going to do Ninja Gaiden 2. I'm gonna use the clip because I played this clip now. Like, you know what? I want to post this shit. I gotta show this shit somewhere. So I'm gonna show it here. So this is a clip from me playing Ninja Gaiden 2 when I'm a ninja fighting against other ninjas that shoot rocket launchers. Let's go. And that's it. Actually, that's
and thus the ruckus was brought. Yeah.
Right. So I just wanted to post. I posted like, yeah, let me just post this shit. Oh, yes. No reason. What do we got here? And they coming in too fast. I can't click on all y'all shit, man. Y'all posting too fast. Oh, I got paid another for game worth of billions now.
Something about him, and did he do something with Street Fighter?
I have no idea.
Mike Tyson is in Street Fighter 2.
Yes. Bison.
M. Bison?
No, Balrog.
Oh, M. Bison is the fucking main bad guy.
Right. No, Balrog, the boxer.
That's his name, Balrog?
Yeah.
That is his name.
You remember the boxer?
Yeah.
Too, right?
That's that monster from Lord of the Rings.
No, I thought that was Balrog. But anyway, okay, let me break it down to you. For those that don't know the history behind that. So Mike Tyson, okay, so Street Fighter 2, no, Balrog in Japan is named Mike Bison. That's where M. Bison comes from. They call him Mike Bison. But the thing is, when they brought it to United States, when they brought it to Capcom USA, they didn't want to get sued, so they switched the names around. So they call M. Bison the dictator guy, and it switched his name to Vega. His name was Vega in Japan. They switched his name, and then let me see, Vega. Who's the other guy? One of it. They switched the names around so they wouldn't get sued. So that's why Balrog. Oh, and Balrog. So Balrog is Mike Bison in Japan, but in United States, that way, so Mike Tyson can't sue him. Even though it's just Mike Tyson. Matter of fact, in Street Fighter 2, if you look at it again, it's literally just a picture of Mike Tyson. Oh,
yeah, they're on it.
Being sued by Mike Tyson. Yeah, everybody knows this. So yeah, matter of fact, in Street Fighter 1, there's a boxer named Mike, and he looks just like Balrog. So yeah. All right. What we had? Oh yeah, can we move to the next part of the podcast?
Some JB is saying we should do a funny horror games list. Stubbs the Zombie.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. Well, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I don't know.
Punch Out. That's not a horror game. Let's see. Capcom owns. What do we got? Yeah, they owe him millions. Yeah, but he's got millions. He's fine. He's okay. All right. Moving on. Let's move to the next part of the podcast. Like I said, this comic bully. We're talking about comic books. We're gonna jump into it. Eli, I have way more books to you for all the Joker shit and talk with like that. We got too many comics this week. we really should.
Which is funny because it was a light week for me.
I had too much shit, man.
I barely read anything this week.
Oh, like damn, why y'all dropping all this shit one time? So I'm gonna go ahead and start this shit off, man. I'm gonna just start this off. First thing I'm gonna do. Hopefully you read this. Absolute Power.
Oh, okay, yeah, I did read this.
Okay, let's go ahead and get Absolute Power out the way. For those who don't know,
the final issue.
The final issue, yes. Ghost and Goblin. I am not playing no fucking Ghost and Goblin.
I could never beat that fucker.
That's the hardest fucking game of all time. Actually, the hardest game of all time is Battletoads.
I never beat that either.
You know what's harder than Battletoads? 2-player Battletoads. I used to get my brother the controller. He died all the time. We had to start back over. I'm like, I want to whoop his ass. For the Genesis, for the Sega Genesis, back in the day, I had Ghosts and Goblins on Sega. I got to the last fucking board, but I could never beat it because I got stuck with the knife. And I could never beat it. Yeah. You know, that's so crazy about it. Like we played those games growing up. These kids today cannot play those games.
Oh, you can't, because you can't. We couldn't save.
Right. You had to play that shit in one sitting. That was
it. If you died, you died. There was no continue. Or if there was,
maybe three lives. Yeah.
Yeah. But even like a few years ago, they released the new version of Ghosts and Goblins, and I couldn't beat that.
It was like Super Ghosts and Goblins. What they call?
Yeah, it was like I had it on the PS4 or whatever. I could not fucking beat that either, man. Yeah, and I got mad far too.
And you know what's fucked up? That dude from Ghosts and Goblins, he's on Marvel's Capcom.
He is.
And he's like the worst fucking character. So they want you to like work your ass off when you play with them. Oh, let's see. Matter of fact, I need to get Marvel's Capcom. Anyway, what do we got here? Alter Beast. Not a hard game. Not a hard game, but it's cool. I have Alter Beast somewhere.
Around. I got it on that little mini Genesis.
I got it. I bought a Sega thing. But yeah, it's on there. What is that? Pac-Man. Did I click it? 3D Pac-Man had ghosts. Okay. Do y'all know the story behind Pac-Man? I don't know if this shit is true or not. Basically saying the whole game is supposed to be an LSD simulation.
Okay.
The ghosts are really hallucinations. So you take these pills and that's how you beat the hallucinations. That's what they're saying what Pac-Man is. It's supposed to be a LSD simulation. And whether this is true or not, I don't know.
I never knew that.
I don't know if that's true or not. I may Google it and that shit may be right there. Yeah, we was on LSD when we made that game. So I don't know. It was the 70s or the 80s.
Pac-Man fever.
Pac-Man fever. So yeah. Anyway. Absolute Power. Okay, so those that don't know what's going on with Absolute Power, the superheroes versus Amanda Waller. She stole their powers, and they're going to storm the base and get their powers back. So let's just
turn the whole world against them.
And turn the whole world, and because she used ChatGPT to deepfake some shit, and yeah, all that.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so what do we got here? Yeah, she slaps the fuck out of Green Arrow because I know why she's. Yeah, because he said something about the Brainiac Queen got her ass kicked at the Blue, and she like, don't you talk about my baby like that? So she feels something for Brainiac Queen. She wasn't just a foot soldier. She actually felt like a daughter. So now they're like going through the shadows because they found like this magic book that lets them go through shadows. So they're about to do an attack on the Gamora base, but they're waiting for and I guess in Harold Jordan's book, he got the Green Lantern his ring back. So yeah. So then and we got to get this awesome panel right here. So come on, damn it. There we go. So this awesome panel right here, I love right here with it. And you got Nightwing leading all the heroes. Everybody go. And Batman has a mother box. Fucking everybody up. Just so yeah. And you got Sarge Steel. Everybody get that. And Wonder Woman specifically goes after him. And who took them out? Yeah, what is going on right here? Oh, and the multiverse speedsters, they're trying to bring everybody else over to the multiverse to take them out. So Amanda Waller caught the multiverse, but she's about to unlock the multiverse to bring everybody through it. So yeah, and Superboy, well, I ain't gonna call him Superboy. John, he still has the powers, he's freezing and shit like that. And so Superman, well, John flies Nightwing directly to Amanda Waller while they're doing all this crazy shit right there. I want to see, Wonder Woman got her shield. Even though she got no power, she still got a shield. And she just runs up on Sarge Steel and beat the shit out of him. And you got Owlman and Doom, all the multiverse Doomsday, and Green Lantern is trying to hold them back, but it's only a matter of time before they get to him, so he's trying to do that. Skip all this. I know I'm flying through this, but I don't care. So you got the Robot Justice League, like you can present all the heroes you want. We still have your power, so you're still gonna lose. So Amanda, and so Nightwing is there. Amanda Waller got some kind of, she did something to John. But what did she do? Oh no, Failsafe. Failsafe got his ass. She like, I was waiting for you to come here. Oh, and she's got kryptonite because he's got the power. So she's about, look, I'm done. Putting y'all in jail and canceling y'all. I'm just gonna kill y'all. I was being nice to y'all at first, about to just kill all y'all. So she knew that they were coming. She was ready from the whole time. Meanwhile, Batman had to do the Time Commander. He's building some kind of machine to reverse what the Mazos did. And yeah, and everybody's getting their ass kicked, and they're losing. Green Lantern can't hold everybody back, and that's when like other speedsters like their will join with Hal to make it stronger to keep him back. So yeah, and that's what happened. What happened? Green Arrow Yeah, Green Arrow just shoots everybody. He was like, he was under Martian Manhunter's spell the whole time because she had so many like telepaths and shit like that. He had to like go so deep undercover they had to fool telepaths. That's why he fooled everybody. And just when Amanda Waller's about to do some shit, Dreamer showed back up, even though Dreamer died, but she said dreams don't die because for some reason John Kent won't stop thinking about her. I don't know what that's about. So somehow she was able to reform herself in his dreams. So now they got to get the powers back and they just run through the Robot Justice League and shit, and everybody goes there. And what do we got here? They blow up. And yeah, what happened? Oh, yeah. So Flash is saying I'm going to cut off the multiverse machine, but if I cut the multiverse machine, I will cut off the multiverse. The multiverse won't exist. Like, we won't have access to it. She's like, do it. Otherwise, they're going to come all through everything. And that's when he blows the multiverse machine is done. And when Waller's talking shit, like, okay, even if I do this shit, it don't matter because I got all y'all on camera, on fake video showing I did all the shit. But he recorded shit the whole time because they got this superhero called Airwave that basically Wi-Fi'd the shit to everybody's cell phone. So they saw Amanda Waller confessing her crimes. So she's done. Everybody got powers back. They rebuild the Force of Solitude. But the thing is, not every superhero got their powers back. For instance, Barry has been depowered. Wallace still got his powers. Waller's cool. But that machine fucked Barry's powers up, so he's done for now, at least, and yeah, and Amanda Waller is in jail, and they're basically saying you can be tried for your crimes. And Amanda Waller, like, y'all ain't gonna do shit to me because remember, I know everything about everybody, so y'all gonna cut a deal with me. Otherwise, I'm naming names. You're like, okay, name a name. Where's the Batcave? What's Green Lantern's real name? Shit. So anything they ask, she can't remember. Dreamer took her memories away from her. But she didn't tell the Justice League what she did. So she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. Oh, and she stuck a bomb in her head. So, yeah. So that's Amanda Waller right now. Meanwhile, they go meet, So they go to Happy Harbor. That's their first base, the Justice League. And they go meet Green Arrow. Green Arrow wants to talk. He's like, look, I know I betrayed y'all. I know I did this. I did bad things, stuff like that. But look, we need to get the Justice League back, And we're like, we've been thinking about that. And that's when Batman shows the Watchtower. They rebuilt the Watchtower to be continued in All In, which I'm going to talk about next, but not right
So
now.
You read that? You read All In?
I read All In also. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I just want to get this shit over with. It's too clean. It was
wrapped up really quickly.
It wrapped up too. Like they fixed. I thought the Force Star 2 blown up. I thought they're gonna like deal with that. They rebuilt that shit. Like, so nothing happened. This was just some shit that just went on. Like, okay. I don't know, man. I don't know what to think.
Beats up Rogue after coming out of the coma.
Yeah. She's about to be Super Rogue or some shit. Captain Rogue. I don't know.
Oh, really? No shit.
Yeah.
Did you read that?
Like, hell no.
Oh.
That should be like cosmic powers or some shit. I don't know what the fuck.
Rogue?
So, yeah, Rogue. Yeah.
Like she didn't already have Captain Marvel's powers?
No, she's about to go like beyond that.
Okay.
Like space shit. Yeah, she's about to be like Silver Surfer levels.
Silver Rogue.
As she gets those powers, I have no idea there'll be a thing down the road. So overall, yeah, this issue, I mean, cool art and shit like that. Now, actions like that, but 3.5 out of 5. But the whole arc, I thought it was going to be like a thing that maybe like last a little bit long, like maybe have something from it that would last a little bit. I guess it did because you had the Justice League reforming. The Justice League been gone for like 2 years.
Yeah,
but that's it. That's one thing.
It was just a setup for this whole absolute shit coming out.
That's all it was. So yeah, it was just a precursor for that. So
yeah,
whatever. Okay.
Because Waller's been like a total like asshole last couple of years, and this was supposed to be her time to shine, and like it just kind of wrapped up. I felt it was like very fast.
They beat her too easy because they ran through the storyline so fast.
Yeah, and it's funny that you said how she used deep fake shit to fool the public about superheroes, but then all Nightwing does is just like get her on camera admitting to shit.
Right.
Like, okay.
So honestly, even if he didn't have a superhero that had Wi-Fi powers, I mean, he could have easily had just a camera on him or some shit like that, or something, I don't know.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, it was all right. All right, so what you got next?
I got the Creature Commandos. DC Horror presents
Okay,
Creature Commandos.
let me ask you this. You did get this off DC Universe, right?
No.
Oh my God. I meant to tell you, man, it was on DC Universe.
Oh, damn it. Damn it. Why do I always
I should have told you. You gotta check. You gotta start checking this stuff, man. Let me see if she recast Black Panther or just keep Letitia Wright as BP. Yeah, definitely recast. No one don't give a shit about Shuri. Let's see. Let's see. The Wonder White as Storm. Yeah, they need to do that. All right, so you're doing Creature Commandos. That's it. I should have read it. And matter of fact, I think I'm gonna let you talk about it, but I think Creature Commander, I think it's written by one of the actors.
That David how do you say his last name? David, the guy who played
Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man.
Yeah.
He wrote
the dude
this.
that said, Baba, you didn't watch Ant-Man, so never mind, but yeah.
Yeah.
he's in everything. That's all that matters. So
yeah. Anyways, he wrote this. This is basically a new take on Creature Commandos, the monster squad, the monster, army squad that the government it's basically, that's all this is. It's Suicide Squad with monsters.
Yeah.
And that's all that
Hellboy,
yeah, it's Hellboy. Yeah. Hellboy. That same sort of premise, the BPRD. BPRD.
Okay.
So I think of Gotham.
GCP.
BPRD. Yeah. Bureau of Paranormal Research. This department or whatever. Anyways, that's what this is. They're recruiting the secret government, faction has doing experiments on monsters and shit, and they've recruited a Frankenstein, a werewolf, a Gorgon, and a vampire, and that's all this is. We get introduced to the science lab and how they're doing all these experiments, and we gotta get a crew. There's some shit going on. They have the secret weapon we need to get a hold of. So that's what they do. They get a vampire. He's like a hitman, like a vampire mob assassin. They get him. They get this chick who's a werewolf. They get her, and then they already got a Frankenstein, like an undead guy put together with all a bunch of body parts, a Frankenstein monster, and a Gorgon, like a Medusa, and she's like psychic and shit. And they like recruit them for this like mercenary squad. They're like, okay, we're gonna take you to this base. They got a secret weapon. We need to get it. We can't send any humans in there because they'll get fucked up because the place is heavily guarded, and we can't blow it up. We can't bomb it because this weapon is too valuable. We can't damage the weapon. So we're sending you guys in, and you guys can do whatever the fuck you want. Your monsters, have at it. So they do. They send the squad in to go investigate this thing, and it turns out on that island that they're going to, they have Brainiac. I guess Brainiac is the weapon. Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But Brainiac is there and he's making shit.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it. And this was our, like I said, it's Suicide Squad with monsters, just in time for Halloween.
Just in time for the show.
Just in time for the cartoon that's coming out. Yeah, they're pushing the Creature Commandos. It's all right. It's, nothing groundbreaking. Kind of fun. Art was just okay. But, yeah, it was all right. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Nothing. It was a light week.
Okay. All right. So, you know what? Let's keep the party going. We're going to talk about DC All In. Now, the reason I flew through that last book was because DC All In is the book they're really pushing this week. This book was 55 pages.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So honestly, I'm gonna fly through this shit as fast as possible. Hold on, let me see what we got here. Let's see. What we got here? Creature Commandos versus Night Stalkers Marvel. Actually, no, that's not the correct comparison. The correct comparison would be Creature Commandos versus the Howling Commandos. Because they also have like a monster squad at Marvel also. Led by Nick Fury. But yeah. The Night Stalkers would be more comparable to the Justice League Dark, if that makes sense. Like Swamp Thing, those guys. So
Yeah.
Or actually, no, the Midnight Suns. We close to that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
If you're talking like Monster Squad versus Monster Squad,
yeah,
yeah,
like
that would be
Werewolf
this
by
Midnight
Night and
Suns.
all that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this book. Okay, so DC All In. This is the thing that DC. This is basically like DC's mission statement going forth. That whole you seen that whole absolute Batman and Superman and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
This is they're describing what that came from. Like what's that all about? So that's what this book's about. There's a lot of other shit goes into it, but like I said, we're gonna fly through it. Go to it. Let's see. So book starts off like I said. It's basically picking up 52 days after that last book I just read.
Clever.
Yeah. All right. So they rebuilt the Justice League. They're basically recruiting everybody from the Justice League, and they're recruiting everybody for like the normally Justice League has like about 7 people, 9 people. They have a small strike squad. They're not doing that. It's like we were too divided, and that's how Amanda Waller got us. So we need to make sure we get everybody, make sure communication go with everybody. So we're going to recruit everybody. I do like this one. Where is she? Supergirl. They invite Supergirl to Justice League. She's like, about damn time. Like, why they never got a fucking Kryptonian on their team? You have more than one. So yeah. Anyway, so they go there and they recruit him all superheroes are going to the Watchtower right now. They got boom tubes. They can teleport people that can't fly there. They're going there, and that's when Superman gets his big speech to the Justice League Unlimited. If that sounds familiar, because that's a cartoon from the 2000s, which, in my opinion, is the greatest Western cartoon of all time. That's just me. I know people want to put Batman.
Did you say Western?
Western, yes.
Oh,
well,
as an American.
American. That's what I should say. Western. Okay, yeah. I should have said that, but yeah. A great American
Cowboys.
Cartoon.
Who's
yeah,
cowboy?
not Cowboys. Shit, yeah. I know people will say Batman the Animated Series. It's goated also. I'm just gonna put Just League Animated over there because I feel like it built on that. That's just me. Unpopular opinion, but we're gonna go from there. Anyway, you got a whole bunch of superheroes. Everybody's there and shit. Blah 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 blah. Got there. And so they get that, they start freaking out. All the magic people start freaking out, and they think bam, Darkseid is. But he's missing a hand. Not only is he missing a hand, he has absorbed the Spectre.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so he's literally death right now. Yeah. So Darkseid has jumped in there, but they're saying Darkseid is here, but Darkseid. Yeah.
So at the end of Absolute Power, they did mention that like when they got the powers back, some of the powers didn't go to the right people.
Correct.
Or something.
Right.
And some of them just got absorbed into others and shit. And
yeah, so like I think Plastic Man can go invisible now for some reason.
Okay.
Because he absorbed the wrong powers.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that's a thing they're gonna deal with. So now everybody got their powers back, but the people that do have the powers back, they're here. And they're fighting Darkseid. Darkseid's whooping ass, shit like that. But they're saying like Darkseid, like physically is here, but physically not here, or some shit like he's out of sync with this reality. So what they do is that all the magic people, the Just League Dark, they fuse Superman with magic. And they're like, okay, Superman, this protect you from the Spectre, but it won't protect you from Darkseid. Superman's like, don't worry about it. I got Darkseid. Don't worry about that shit. So he goes in there and whoops Darkseid ass, and somehow they don't whoop Darkseid ass. Darkseid gets sent to another dimension, to another reality, which is what he was trying to do the whole time anyway. There's a reason why he did that. And so there's like some kind of ripping time and shit like that. So the thing is, this is like from 2 years ago, there was another reality that they didn't know about. Like it was 52 worlds they found. There was the 53rd world they found was a world they should call it Elseworld. So apparently Darkseid went there. And they said the only way to get there is you got to send a time traveler there. So the only time traveler they have is Booster Gold. Booster Gold says, I'm gonna go there. We're gonna build you some in 10 minutes. As long as you stay with your robot skeets, we'll see you back here. Just find Darkseid, find out what it looked like down there. Let us know so we can get some intel. Booster Gold goes to their planet, and he goes there. He was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck's going on here?" And he sees Darkseid symbol everywhere on an Earth, not like an Earth like them. But he loses robots, so he's stuck there. And next thing he know, the Darkseid is like 1,000 feet tall, and he's sending the evil Legion of Superheroes at him, or the Legion of Supervillains. You want to call them that? So anyway,
okay,
that's part one. That's part one. That's the Alpha storyline. This is the Omega storyline. This is where all the absolute bullshit comes in. This, I got to dig into a little bit. Okay. Darkseid and told one of his minions to build a machine for him. But the only thing, the machine requires blood. So what he does, chops off his own arm. That's why he had that scythe tied to his arm and other, because he chopped off his own arm to build the machine. And the machine is telling him, need more blood. He's like, okay. And that's when Calabac shows up, and Calabac is like, Father, you've been gone for like months and shit like that. We've been doing stuff without you, and we need your help. You're like, okay, you can help me, because Calabac is Darkseid's son. And since they need more of Darkseid's blood to build that machine, Darkseid kills Calabac and throws him into the machine. Yeah. And everybody like, what the fuck? Darkseid just killed your own son. They're like, I got more. It don't matter. And so basically Darkseid jumps into that machine, disappear. Oh, and because the thing is, Darkseid is looking for something. What he's looking for the Spectre. He's looking for the Spectre, what he's looking for. This is why he built the machine. So the first thing Darkseid does, go to hell. Start whooping all the demons' asses, looking for Spectre. You think he might be in hell. And whoever the devil is in this one, whatever that thing is right there, it's like, Spectre's not here, but I will give you everything you want, Darkseid. I will cause your enemies pain. Just leave. You're like, I don't want that anymore. Where is he? He's not here. So Darkseid leaves and goes to heaven and start whooping off the angels' asses. Thinking Spectre's up there. They're like, Darkseid, he ain't here. But we'll tell you what, if you leave, we will give you your wife back.
This is sounding like some Spawn shit.
It really is, because Spawn did the same shit with like the heaven and the hell, start whooping everybody's ass.
Yeah.
So they were like, just leave, man. We'll give you your wife back. We'll bring her back from the dead. Darkseid, I want that shit. Give me the Spectre. So I got questions, and he only has answers. So he leaves there, and he goes to the dark side of the moon. I'm gonna just skip this bullshit because he fights a dude named Eclipso. I know him, but I don't know him. Anyway, like that. Darkseid beats him by boom tubing the sun, and it illuminates the dark side of the moon because he can't survive in light. That's why he's the dark side of the moon. So he goes to the basement of the dark side of the moon and finds Jim Corrigan, aka the Spectre. And he's like, and so he built a machine. Oh, before he can do that, the Quintessence shows up. These supposed to be the 5 baddest motherfuckers in the multiverse of DC. And basically said, Darkseid, okay, this shit ends. One of us by ourselves can kill you just by thinking about it. And we all 5 of us here. So you go back to Apocalypse and we won't kill you right now. It was like, yeah, y'all could kill me. But the thing is, y'all not. Because that thing he told that dude to build was the Miracle Machine. This thing has been popping up in DC. It popped up in a lot of Grant Morrison stories. What the Miracle Machine does, it grants you one wish of anything you want. So that's why it's so dangerous to keep it out of it. So his wish is to merge with the Spectre. Now we merge with the Spectre, it makes him so powerful that he can kill the Quintessence like it's nothing and kill those guys. They're dead. So yeah, and that's when the Spectre teleports him to the Watchtower, fight Justice League, and he's kind of like discombobulated, don't know what the hell's going on. So he's like there, but not there, and he's telling Darkseid what's going on. Now this is not some shit that they just made up his story. This is actually some shit that's going on. So the thing is, the DC has a multiverse, but there's only one Darkseid. Darkseid exists outside of the multiverse, but the thing is, pieces of him exist in every multiverse. So when they cut off the multiverse in that last book we just read, Absolute Power, all of those multiverse versions of him combined to him, and it's messing his mind up so much, it's confusing him. So he's just like, there's only one thing for me to do. Since I'm tied outside of the multiverse, I have to basically kill myself. So he basically goes to Superman to kill him. Because if he kills Darkseid, Darkseid will be reborn, but this time he'll be reborn into another universe, that Elseworld universe it was, and that's the Hand of Destiny right there. Remember, we're not supposed to look at the Hand of Destiny. That's illegal. It's against the rules. So he goes there, and that's when you go. So this universe, where like the regular universe, where Superman is like the main thing because of hope and justice and the Justice League and all stuff like that, he goes to the universe where he controls it. And that's where you got crazy ass Wonder Woman, because she wasn't born in Themyscira. She was born in hell. You got crazy ass Batman. I don't know why he's crazy. That's like that. And you got Superman, who is born from hope, but since the world's so fucked up, he has no powers, or he has powers, but not as strong as he used to be. So basically, Darkseid. So this universe is the true Darkseid, because Darkseid, nobody's ever fought the real Darkseid before. The real Darkseid is 1,000 feet tall. He's going to control this planet. He is a god here. And he's like, so Darkseid is, but on this planet, Darkseid will be. And when Darkseid becomes him, I'm gonna go back to that other universe. I'm gonna fuck everybody up. So, and that's when you got Booster Gold showing up when we get there, and that's we got the Legion of supervillains. See, the other page, the page was flipped upside down, and this page is right because So basically, that's what it is. So that old absolute, I'm sorry, the absolute Batman, absolute Wonder Woman, that shit right there. Basically, they're born on a world controlled by Darkseid. So that's why they look so crazy right now. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the thing. That's the whole DC all in. Oh, what do you got here? DC Comics from 6,000 years ago. Well, I don't think they're that old. Noah's Ark. That's where the idea of superhumans came from. Oh, you're talking about that. Actually, they're actually older than that. You ever heard of Gilgamesh? They go way past that. So yeah. Mythology has existed as long as civilization has existed. So yeah, it's older than the Noah's Ark. But thanks for listening. That's all I got. Anything else you got? Or
I have Daredevil number 14.
I got a bunch more books. I just want you to know that. All right, but take your time. Take your time.
No, this is fine. Daredevil 14. This is that shit where Daredevil Matt has been the priest. He's looking for that kid who knows who he is. But he's having a crisis of faith right now. Mm-hmm. He's also still fighting. What are they called? That cop gang. What are they called? The Heat. Yeah, it's a gang, like this mob of ex-cops.
What? It's the crooked cops and
they're like a gang of crooked cops, ex-cops, and they're doing shit around Hell's Kitchen. So he's fights them a little bit, but it's just basically Matt. This whole issue is Matt Murdock having a crisis of faith, and he can no longer be
that is a beautiful.
Yeah, art's cool. Yeah, the art's has always been cool. I don't know. I guess I'm starting to lose steam on him. Like, he's basically praying,
crisis of faith,
praying a lot. Yeah, he's constantly praying and asking for guidance and all this shit. He does end up quit being a priest. He stops being a priest. That's a big thing.
Can you do that?
I guess. I don't know. He leaves his faith, and now he's just going to be Daredevil again. And he meets up with what's her face, Elektra, who's like, she's been Daredevil while he's been gone. But anyway, he's like, there's like a monster. There's rumors that a monster is on the street, and they think that's who has that kid, and that's kind of where it ends. And this monster is like killing people. So they're like, gotta go. That's like, so at least sets up that Like, now I'm intrigued. Like, this felt like just a filler issue. Okay, now they're setting up like something for him to do now. Because this whole, up until now, it's been that seven deadly sins shit, where like every villain was like a, that he fought had a piece, like was a sin from his past or some shit.
Oh, kind of like Seven?
Yeah. Like She-Hulk was rage. Or anger, Kingpin was gluttony, I think. Shit like that, and it worked for a while. I got a little bored of that. I think I after reading this issue, I was like, damn, I'm getting a little tired of this run. Something better happen. But then this monster on the street killing folks sounds kind of cool. So maybe I will check out the next issue.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like this run is starting to lose its steam. So,
all right, hold on. Let me see what we got here. Let's see. Against women rode horseback and went to war with the men. Yes, they sure did. What else we got here? The Greeks. You just get the in from Russia, Siberia to create the Amazon stories. Yeah. So, like I said, that's the thing. All right. So next book I'm going to do. What am I going to do next?
So yeah, Daredevil 14.
Okay.
3 out of 5. I'll give it a 3.
Okay. We're gonna do this. Okay. Eli, I'm gonna get you back in the game. we gonna talk about Batman.
Oh shit, you read this, huh?
I read this. You didn't read this?
No. No.
I think I'm back in, Eli. I think I'm back in.
Oh, okay.
It's still Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah.
So you don't go have all that weird Silver Age shit in here, but this story kind of got me. Okay, I'm just talking about. Okay, this is a new story arc. This is a new story arc. So whatever that bullshit with Phil Second or stuff like that, that's done. This is Chip Zdarsky starting new. So we're just gonna go into it, and I can't remember what the name of the story is. We're just gonna go into it. It's an interesting story what Chip is doing right now. Okay, the name of the story is Dying City Part 1. So you got this family walking down, a weird alley in Gotham City, and they get stopped by a random guy, and he was like, the other family like, we're lost, we don't know where to go. And that guy, oh, you going down the wrong alley. The alley you need to go to is on the left. If you're trying to go there, take a left, up, right, and then you can find out where you're going. They were like, because the other way is blocked off. So he wasn't robbing them. He was actually trying to help them. And Batman's looking at him like, okay. So he's on the rooftop with Commissioner Gordon. What? I'm sorry, not Commissioner Gordon. Gordon is no longer commissioner. He got fired or whatever. I don't know what happened. Anyway, he's just a regular like private investigator now. He's got his own private practice. And they're just talking like, so basically what happened is, I don't know what happened, but crime is down in Gotham. So not only is crime down in Gotham, Wayne Enterprises have been putting money into the lower class. So they have jobs down there. They have social services down there. They got affordable houses down there. So since they've done that in the poor areas of Gotham, crime is come to a halt. So Wayne, like I've been saying this the whole time, Bruce Wayne has been putting more money into Gotham. He's been helping out Gotham more than Batman has. They're doing everything I've been saying to do it. So, and Gordon said, even though, my PI business is not doing what it's supposed to do, but I'm fine with that because Gotham, they have the business. So the thing is, why another reason Gotham is growing, because he looks in the sky and there's another building called Nigmatech. Okay, for those who don't know, in the last storyline where Chip Zdarsky was doing that, the Riddler was actually kidnapped and tortured by Arkham guards. So since they found out what was going on with him, they actually dropped all his charges, and now the Riddler's free. So what the Riddler decided to do is decide to make his own crypto, and it made him a millionaire. And when he made a millionaire, instead of putting that money in crime and shit like that, he decided to start his own business. He decided to start his own crypto company. Meanwhile, the mayor of mayor in the county, whatever his name is, he doesn't trust Riddler. So he actually, any kind of thing he needs from the government, he shuts all this stuff down. So he can't get past that. Meanwhile, we talk to the government, and he gets a visitor. He gets a visit from this guy named Leonid, and basically saying like that, why won't you approve any of the Riddler stuff? He's like, nah, because he's the Riddler. That's why I want to approve any stuff. And he just like, besides, don't you have other business like the Court of Owls to deal with? You're like, don't you have other business to deal with like your wife? Because I hate for her to find out what you was doing down with the Court of Owls. He's like, you leave my wife out of this. She didn't know what the hell I was doing down there. So I'm like, I guess they throwing Diddy parties at the Court of Owls. I guess I don't know. Like, so anyway.
Well, I would imagine so.
Yeah. I guess so. Why I said six party? You got the owl mask on. It goes down there. So yeah.
Eyes wide shut.
Yeah. All right. So we go to Riddler. He's in his own business, and the thing is, he's having a hard time getting his business started because the mayor won't approve any of his like clearance to do anything like that. And he gets a visitor from Batman. He like bring the midnight oil, So basically, he's telling him, and Riddler and Batman have a nice little conversation. He like, Batman, look, I'm not doing no evil shit, Batman. Look, honestly, I'm tired, man. Look, I've been doing this dance with you too long. And the reason I've only done this because you created me. Because I've always tried to beat you and show you I was smarter than you. And I realized going against one man, that's limiting me. All these assholes on the financial district, I'm smarter than them. So instead of me acting like a genius, why not just be a genius? And Batman's just like, I know what you're doing, Riddler. I've been down to your servers, and I know you have a cooling system down there that look familiar. They're like, oh, you talking about that shit I used, Mr. Freeze? Yeah, I stole this shit. What are you gonna do? Sue me for copyright infringement? So I patent it. It don't even fucking matter. Matter of fact, the only person that is doing anything illegal right now, Batman, is you. You're trespassing. So get the fuck out of here before I call the police. And Batman's like, I'll be watching you, Riddler. And he just jumps out the window and that's it. So we go to the mayor, and his wife is telling him, look, I don't, you so obsessed with what's going on in the city right now that I think I'm going to take our son to Central City with my mother. and we're gonna go, and I don't know when we're gonna be back or if we're gonna be back. Like, are you paying attention? Are you listening to me? He just leaves, doesn't say anything. So guess his wife left him. So yeah. Meanwhile, I go to Bruce Wayne. So Bruce Wayne is literally keeping the city. That's not Alfred. That is Miguel. That's his new driver. So yeah. And he goes to sign. He got these picket signs that's calling him a communist. So we'll find out why they call him a communist anyway. So he gets a meeting with this new CEO. Lucius Fox stepped down, no longer CEO. So you got this person named Rowan. Rowan, and she's basically telling him, okay, this whole thing you're doing, cleaning up Gotham, the board has a problem with that. For one, you're using the taxpayers' money to clean up Gotham, and you're gonna get that money back. So you're making the taxpayers pay to clean up their own place, make you look like communist. So yeah, the second problem, we're not making any money off this. Like, you're making money, but we're not making any money off this. And the board is getting upset about this. So we need to make some money moves right now. How about this? How about we start making some mergers? How about we, start acquiring some businesses, or maybe have a business acquire us? And he's just like, look, Rowan, I am the main shareholder. I run all the safe stuff like this. Yes, we're going to take a hit this quarter. We're going to bounce back next quarter. Don't worry about that. I'm not going to fire you. You got your job secure. She's like, no, you don't get it. And while he's looking at her, he's getting news that there's a bank robbery going on right now down in the financial district. He's like, yeah, I got to do that. And I'm looking at his computer, like, that's a HP. Like, you, Bruce Wayne, you got an HP? Anyway, so he's like, look, I got shit to do. I got a squash meeting with somebody. So he leaves. So she gets on the phone with somebody. She's like, it's not working. We gotta find something to do. And who she's on the phone with? Riddler. Riddler was trying to buy Wayne Enterprises. He was like, you got to convince him to take it, because if I can get Wayne Enterprises on my side, all the red tape the mayor's going to be through, that'll be over with. She was like, well, it may not work. Well, what if we do plan B? And we'll find out what plan B is in a second. So that's when you got the financial district. You got these dudes robbing the bank going through there, and they get stopped by some Captain America looking motherfucker. So yeah. So he slashes the van. They and Batman kicks one of them in the face, and it falls over. And yeah, it stops him right before they like run him to a whole bunch of people. And that's when one of them runs away, and the Captain America looking motherfucker pulls a gun out and almost kneecaps the guy. And Batman's like, what the fuck you doing? You got a gun in broad daylight? What the hell you doing? And that's when Commissioner Vandal Savage shows up. He's like, Batman, what are you doing?
No,
and yeah. Vandal Savage is still a commissioner, so yeah. And he introduced himself. He's like, I don't know you. You're just a new vigilante. What's your name? He like, my name is Commander Starr. Pleasure to meet you, sir. And Vandal Savage is like, good to have you on payroll, sir. Good to have you out here. Then the mayor Nakano shows up. He's like, what the fuck we got going on here? We got too many vigilantes running around the streets. I don't appreciate that. And Vandal Savage is like, you know, right? You're right. There are too many vigilantes running around the street. Officers, arrest Batman. Finally, get him off the street. And Batman's just like, what the fuck? So Batman does his ninja shit and disappears. He's like, I figured he'd do some bullshit like that. And man, the counters are like, look, I'm sick of you, Vandal Savage. I'm going to talk to council tomorrow. I'm getting your ass fired. You getting the fuck up out of here. And he's just like, Commander Starr, or Star Commander, whatever your name is, I'm glad you're on board, because we may need you right now. So thank you. So Batman's getting passed up by Leslie Thompson telling him what she always tells him, like, look, you can do more good as Bruce Wayne than you can as Batman. Keep putting money in the city. Everything will be fine. He's like, do you need somebody to call you? He's like, nah, I'm going to just walk back. So he walks back to his hacker. Remember, he don't live in Wayne Manor anymore. He lives in like some kind of brownstone or some shit like that. So he walks there, and his CEO, and oh yeah, and she got Riddler, Mayor Nakano. They're still calling him a communist, even though he's trying to help the city. The city looking at him like shit, because they're saying he's basically like a socialist now. So yeah. And meanwhile, he turns around and there's an owl looking at him like, I don't like the look of that, you know. And then that's when his CEO shows up at his house. He's like, I tried to call you, but you wouldn't answer the phone. And that's when Mayor Nakano is shocked by somebody, and Riddler's back in his server, because, you know, he's basically in his cold service right now. And he's saying some kind of riddle. What is his riddle? He's saying, I am the end, I am the mystery. When I arrive, you are history. So even though he's good, he's not good. He's still doing Riddler shit. And that's when the CEO just tried to tell him, I got some bad news for you. And somebody had just made a claim for your half of the shares. They're trying to get you out of there. They're like, well, who can do that? And then they were like, what am I? And bam, you hear a gunshot. And man, Nakano is dead. Out of there. Yeah. And that's when Bruce just got the news that, do you have a brother? Because somebody's claiming to be your brother is trying to take your shares. To be continued. So
Okay.
The Court of Owls is back in session. Let's take this back to the Court of Owls. Remember the very end of Court of Owls, that dude that showed up, Lincoln March?
Oh damn, that's why. Yeah, that's a while ago.
That's some old shit. He was claiming to be Bruce Wayne's brother. We never found out what happened to him. Now, if the Court of Owls are back in play, he might show up again, and he might have a claim to Wayne Enterprises, because if he can prove that he's a Wayne, Bruce Wayne's out of there. So yeah. So overall,
weren't they using like Robin's DNA, like Dick Grayson's DNA for the?
Yeah, because apparently they were saying that they've always used Grayson's because they've always been acrobats. So they just make good, zombie ninjas or some shit. But they only get them after they die. So basically, they put some shit in Dick Grayson. Like the moment he dies, he was going to be a owl also, or a Talon or whatever.
Talon, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So overall, like I said, I'm enjoying the story. The crazy shit hasn't happened yet. I know how Chip Zdarsky get. This is the most grounded story he's made so far. And plus, you got the Riddler in here. I'm on board. So
yeah, it always starts out like that.
It starts out like that. Then the crazy shit happened. Then we start getting zombies. Then we start getting the multiverse.
Yeah. Bruce Wayne's brother is going to be Darkseid. Watch.
Darkseid in the 3-piece suit.
This is my house.
Brother Bruce. All right. So what you got next?
I'm booked out, yo.
Oh, you done? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not done, Eli. I'm sorry. I know this is gonna be a long ass show, man. Look, I got
on to the next.
Yeah. I got it. This is the last book I got, but I got to do this one. I am obligated to this. So if I don't, I'm being kicked out the culture. So next book I'm going to do is Storm #1.
Okay.
So, did you read this one?
No. I only read the 3. I only read Absolute Power, Daredevil, and Creature Commandos. That's it.
Creature Commandos. Okay, so yeah, this is Storm #1. This is not the first time Storm had her first issue, but they usually get killed. They usually get canceled without like 4 or 5 issues. But they're saying this is going to be an ongoing. They're in it for the long haul this time. So let's see what they do with Storm.
Y'all better read it. Yeah, for those who want their black women superheroes, better read this shit.
Y'all been talking about give us more superheroes. We're giving you superheroes right now.
Yeah, better read this. They don't read it, they don't make it.
Right. That's why we're reviewing it right now. So let's get to it. Storm
ain't gonna make any superhero fucking movies if no one's reading their shit.
Right, they're not gonna do it. So yeah. All right. So Storm has her own headquarters now called the Storm Sanctuary. She's getting prepared right now because she's about to talk. She's about to have a press conference in front of Atlanta, and she's like getting her what am I going to wear? What am I going to wear? And she goes into her, and she wears, her suit she's wearing now, for the Avengers. So that's what she starts wearing. And grand opening. That's a cool ass channel. The art they killing it with this one. So yeah, so she's talking in front of Atlanta, and she's like, so what is she doing in Atlanta? Is she gonna, because right now, because of the whole the fall of X shit, because Orchis tried to kill them, the mutants are actually in a good spot right now. The mutants are actually popular right now. So people love mutants. They basically say that they were victimized or was picking on them. So now everybody loves mutants right now, especially since a week ago, Storm saved Oklahoma City from getting destroyed. So they don't know what she's gonna do. They don't know if she's going to announce, she's gonna run for Congress. They don't know what she's gonna do. Then she's about to announce something. So she goes to Oklahoma City, and one of the nuclear plant that's in Oklahoma City, next to Oklahoma City, they start blowing up just out of nowhere. So what you got here is Storm and Frenzy. Frenzy is also a mutant with the X-Men or X-Factor or the Mutants or Excalibur or Hellions. I don't know. She's one of them. She's a mutant. That's all the super strength thing. Yeah. Basically Black She-Hulk. I shouldn't say that, but yeah, that's what she is. So she goes there, and that bomb, that the nuclear plant keeps getting shockwaves and start blowing up stuff like that. So Storm is doing the storm powers, blowing any kind of wind away, and they have to, they're saving people, in Oklahoma City. And Frenzy saves one of the people and finds out that the person is wearing an Orchis shirt. And she's like, oh shit. So she don't know whether or not to save him or not. It's basically like, like a MAGA hat or some shit. So yeah. So she decides to save him. Storm does her shit, and she basically goes there. She saves everybody they can, and now she's concentrating back on that nuclear plant that keeps getting shockwaves over and over and over again. And one of them, even though she tries to throw Lynn away, one of them catches her in the shoulder. So she actually does this shit. She actually freezes the wound, put ice on it. I'm like, okay, that's a cool ass thing right there. So she's like, okay, fuck this. I'm gonna just go dead. I'm gonna just go dead on and just take care of it. So she lightning bolts right over to there, goes to the nuclear power plant to see exactly what's going on. She flies in there. She sees all kind of radiation, like all these things dead from radiation. It's actually making her sick too. So, and the shockwave blows her back too. And Storm is to the point where she can feel the radiation pulse, where she actually starts vomiting. But she's like, I got to keep going. So she gets like some kind of door shield that came from the nuclear power plant, goes directly into it. And what does she find? A mutant that just got his powers and a bunch of dead bodies around him, thinking because his power is just activated, because mutant's powers activate in puberty. So this is the very first time his powers activated, and it activated while he was in the nuclear power plant and killed everybody in the power plant immediately. And he's like, Storm, I don't know what's going on. Please kill me. So he's telling Storm to kill him. Storm to do it. She just talks kindly to him and calms him down. So yeah. And so the thing is, that power plant that blew up, the nuclear power plant, it was actually like a joint effort with, they were actually using alien technology in it. So the public thinks that they were doing some weird alien nuclear shit with it, and that's why the nuclear plant blew up. And they're thanking Storm for saving them. But meanwhile, Storm brings Tony Stark over there to re-examine everything. Like, Tony, did something go wrong with the alien technology in here? It's like, nah, I don't see anything. He's like, run the numbers again. Look, I kept running the numbers. I ran the numbers through a whole bunch of algorithms that was designed by Reed Richards, Moon Girl, Forge, Riri, and your former sister-in-law, Shuri. They all got the same thing right there. Nothing from this alien technology blew up this nuclear power plant. Something else did this. That kid did that. So you got a choice, Storm. Are you going to keep this information to yourself and make the mutants look good? Or are you going to just let the dead nuclear power plant workers take the fall for this? It's on you, whatever you do. So Storm decides to, before she makes her announcements, she starts coughing and starts coughing up blood. Why? Because that nuclear radiation that she got from Oklahoma a week ago is still taking its toll on her. So she's like, oh, shit. So basically telling what's going on. She's like, look, so the X-Men are watching her press conference. The Avengers are watching her press conference. And she's telling everybody what's going on. But she also tells everybody the truth. What happened, that a mutant blew up that nuclear power plant. And now when she says that, everybody just starts getting furious. They loved mutants a second ago. Now they hate him again. Wolverine gets upset. He just walks out the room. He's like, I can't believe she did that shit. The Avengers like, I can't believe she did that shit. And now she look at the press conference. Everybody had already left. They're like, I can't stand this shit. I knew these mutants were fucking evil. So now, and that's when we cut to eternity. You're like one of the cosmic gods of Marvel. And he's just like, I see what's going on. But now I'm going to make Storm my cosmic storm, or eternal storm, or some shit. So yeah, so Storm's about to become a god, like a real god. To be continued. So yeah, that story. Honestly, pretty good story. I kind of like this story. This actually, they put some effort behind this. Bravo, Marvel. Bravo on this story. So yeah, I don't know where it's going, but I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued where it's gonna go. So Storm was at a Diddy party making it rain. Oh baby. Oh, she was at a Krakoa. Diddy party's got nothing on Krakoa. Let's see. So yeah, that's all. So bravo, Marvel. I'm glad you putting money behind this. I'm glad you putting a real effort behind Storm. I'm glad the art was great on this one. The story was compelling. Storm actually had a dilemma in this one, and they didn't water her down. She really came with it, and they gave her weakness also. I imagine that since Storm has weather powers or atmosphere, anything that would affect the atmosphere would also affect her. That just makes sense. So yeah, so she's a mega level, but she still has weaknesses. So yeah, awesome. I'm on board. I'm on board. Anything else you got, or?
No, I mean, I was checking out that the Ghost Rider, but it was Robbie Reyes. It was like a Robbie Reyes special or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So yeah, I didn't want to review it or anything, but it was like they're celebrating. Is it Mexican Heritage Month? Latino heritage, Hispanic heritage.
Is
What do they
that
call
October?
it? I
I
guess
think so. I think it is October. Yeah, I think it is October.
Yeah, there's I think it was like 3 stories, Robbie Reyes stories. He's the Ghost Rider with the car, the muscle car.
The Dodge
He's Too
Charger.
Fast, Too Furious. Yes. So
the one that was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, the one that was on that I did actually watch that season.
That was a great season. I love that season. Yeah.
Yeah, the Robbie Reyes. I actually didn't mind that. I didn't mind Robbie Reyes.
It was a pretty close adaptation of the comic also that they did.
They had it wasn't his name Eli, his uncle Eli or whatever.
Yeah, that was the name of the comic. He was like his evil uncle Eli was like into some devil worshiping shit. That's why he had to take him down.
Yeah. So it's like every time there's a guy named Eli in anything, he's always like an evil somebody, a priest, or he's a weirdo or a reject, a weirdo that doesn't get laid or whatever.
That's why it's up to you, Eli, to change the narrative.
Yeah. Even Book of Eli.
Yeah.
Blind guy that didn't get laid.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So that's all we got. Like I said, if you listen this long, if you like, subscribe. Eli, yes, this is the longest show we've had in a while.
Since Cliff or somebody.
Since
shout out to Cliff. We gotta put a shout out to Cliff.
What's going on to Cliff?
I just found out like the other he posted he had to go through some surgery or something.
Yeah, so I didn't go any deeper. I thought maybe you knew about it. I didn't know.
No, I didn't know. I just saw him post. I mean, I don't check Facebook like I used to. Yeah. So I just saw he posted he had a surgery and he's on the mend. So hopefully, get better, Cliff.
Yeah, get better, Cliff. Yeah.
We need you to bitch about Star Wars.
Right. Or anything, really.
Or anything Disney. Yeah.
What was so special about NYX3? I'm not keeping up with NYX at all. I don't know what's going on with that book, but yeah.
I think there's a new one, right? There's a new one out. Revamping
Apparently
all this.
Something happened. I didn't.
Revamping all this X-Men shit.
Did I not review enough books this week? Yeah, want to review some more shit.
No, you. This was the Leroy extravaganza.
Yeah, sorry. And we gave you all you want. Eli, guess where we're at number wise right now?
What's that?
1,200.
No shit.
Yeah.
What do we need to get monetized?
We
got another 9,000.
It's the watch time. It's the watch time. That's it. So I got to see what I won't know the watch time till tomorrow. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that is also to check the IG profile. I should have posted, but I'm not going to post it. Just check our IG page. That last post we did with the Joker thing, 158K. So appreciate that.
That's cool.
Also, Eli, you didn't run by the guy that wanted to whoop my ass.
Oh yeah, what up with that?
Yeah, okay.
What did you do?
Okay. 4,000 watch outs within 12 months. That's very key. Within 12 months. That's the thing. All right. So the thing is, y'all can remember last year around this time when I posted about the Jeffrey Dahmer skit where I was going to whoop somebody's ass if they showed up at Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
And I said I was going to whoop you. Even if your kid do, I'm going to whoop your kid's ass. And the dude going to comment on there. You ain't whooping nobody's ass. I'm like, oh, really? I don't know why they triggered me so bad. Like, I don't know this guy. Oh, shit. I just want to say that. I just want to get that out.
3 o'clock after school, me and you.
That's a classic movie. I saw that the other day. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, like I said, next week we'll come up with something else. I don't know what we'll do. We'll find something else to do. Yeah. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully channel. Hold up. I'm sorry. Whoop his ass. Hey, I don't know. He might be bigger than me. I'm talking shit. I can't whoop his ass. I don't know. Until then, this is Leroy.
At least fight him in Street Fighter. Whoop his ass.
He might whoop my ass then. Shit. That can't even whoop his ass in. Oh man. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next time. Same bully channel, same bully. I fucked it up. It doesn't matter.
Same bully time. Same bully chat.
Same all the time. Yeah. Until then, die 1,000. KO.